Oh, I'm a bit large, isn't I? Large, large, isn't I? That's too close, isn't it? That's making me feel a little bit severe. I'm very handsome, though. Look at that. Look, my face is filled out quite nicely. As I get older, I'm like the streamer of Dorian Gray. Look at those toothers. That's not so good, there, is it? Precious metals, though. Dental gold, yeah, about 2%. Let me sort that out because I can't be doing it. It's too close. You're too close. Yeah, you're right. You are correct, by the way, everyone. Thinking, hang on a minute. Hasn't this bloke already made a video today? Didn't this bloke already do a remind me later? Didn't this bloke already do? We can accept that's acceptable, isn't it? Let's have a bit of that. There you go. There you go. I feel like I found something amazing, something wonderful. I've got to clean my glasses. As Marzipan once said, in words somewhat like the ones I'll use now, and their job keeping your glasses clean. There you go. All I've managed to do there is smear the tiny little dot that I had a problem with over the entire lens. And if anyone's got any secrets, like maybe wash my hands once a month. Have I got a show for you though? Seriously? Oh, meme magic, clipagio. I've got so much clipagio to share with you. Massive thanks to my man Rags. Boom. Massive thanks to my man Keena. Boom. Between the pair of them and a little bit of input from my good self. Is that really yellow, or is it because I've got it on the night light? It looks all right, doesn't it? Or I'm sure plenty of people would have already said. Right, let's get some hellos, because otherwise, the others will be here soon. Let's get some quick ones in. Hello, Snoopy. Good to see you. All right, John. Always a pleasure. The boy Cray. Excellent. Just nipping in for a quick shave. Not a problem. I don't know what it means. Hello, visionary companion from the Garboona class tied out. I've seen that a few times. I don't know where you're going with it, but I like where you've been with it. Nice one, Ben. Good to see you. Chrissy. Let me get that link in here while we're at it. That's only nice. That's only fair. Good thing to do. We try and help each other out. Chrissy, I still haven't made my donation. Is there a time limit? I will do it. For sure, I will do it. It's just tricky because it says things like you can't do it from your country, so I have to get someone else to do it. Or I will get it done. It's just not as simple as it might at first appear. I'll put the link in the chat. Even if you can only spare her a few quid, Chrissy can't get any NHS dentistry, and her teeth are fucked, and she's having trouble eating. Can you imagine if all your teeth were mank? I'd be devastated. I've seen women who don't open their mouths. All right. Not all bad. But what I mean is you say, oh, hello, and they sort of go, they won't go like that. Imagine not smiling. That's heartbreaking, really. So, even if it's only 2 bond, if loads of people done 2 bond, Chrissy would get some dental treatment. So I'll put that link in the chat. I'll pop it up on the screen, but I'm sure you can see it. There you go. There's Chrissy's crowdfunder. And you know what? I kind of respect Chrissy for doing that. She's probably sick. Chrissy donates to every fucking show I do, right? Listen to this. Every show. Maybe she hasn't about 5% of shows. But she'll also donate 2 or 3 times. So you might see like 2 quid and think, that's a small donation in the larger scheme of things. But 2 or 3 of them per show, 6 quid, spread across a week. Let's say I stream 6. Let's just say I stream 7 times in that week, because sometimes I'll do two a thing. That's 30, 40 quid a week. So a generous woman. And you know, when you need help, one of the things, again, and this isn't by accident, it's not at all by accident, working class indigenous Brits have been educated to not ask for help. Don't ask for help. You know, one of the biggest things they try and teach you in rehab, and if Pizzle's in here, or if anyone in the chat has also been to rehab, I guarantee they'll back me up on this one. One of the biggest lessons they try and tell addicts: learn to ask for help. Essentially, that's step 2 in the NA 12 steps. Step 2 is essentially ask for help, because there's something shameful about it. And when I say it's not by accident, Rockefeller set up the state education system, and not to teach people, not to tell people how to get good at life, not when they're 15 to start talking about how to make money work for them and invest money and generate wealth and make passive income streams like rich people have been doing for fucking centuries. No, to make workers who don't ask questions, do what they're told, and think running out of money towards the end of the month and waiting for your fucking handful of beans for your time is how to live. And that all of those things that are ingrained in working class culture, like not asking for help, that is without a doubt part of the plan. Don't ask people for help, because what does asking someone for help do? Especially if someone does help you. Like, imagine, I can give you a real life example. Well, my old man was a foundry man. He used to smelt bronze and forge bronze, right? And then when he left that company, I don't know why, I was very young when he left there, and he ended up being a painter and decorator. But he can lay bricks, he can do all bits. So, you know, he made that big copper hood I told you about once. If you haven't heard that story, I'll give you the very short version. I think it's in the novel, actually, but I'll give you the very short version. My old man was commissioned to make this huge copper hood for a real log fire in this huge manor house owned by Vart. That needs to be a bit varting louder. The older entropy's up there, super chats down there. The donations are the grease that keeps this stream going. That's why I'm happy to do a video and then a stream. And lovely. I think that's Chrissy. I'll send you that back later, Chrissy. It was tough to ask. No, of course. And that's where I'm going with this. It was tough to ask. Thank you, everyone. I'm blown away and so grateful to the glorious House of Scrubs. Best community I've ever known. Hoyt to that, without a doubt. Nice one, Chrissy. Thanks for that. I'll see if I can get that back to you. But, all right, so my old man could do stuff. So this big copper hood, and it was all hand riveted. Yeah, so you get those 2-part rivets. So he banged it all. He planished the sides, you know, where you hammer off, boom, 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 but only certain bits of it. So it was a design, not just the whole thing. But the bottom bit had to be folded over, hand riveted in. He had these big old rivets, and you put the back of the rivet, the sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, sort of a tradesman or someone who's had a proper job in the chat might know. And then you smash the top in, and then you can either file them down so you can't see anything, or you can leave the rivets looking nice. Weirdly, we had a Morris 1000 van, which was tank green. And when someone smashed into the offside wing, you can't get a new wing for a Morris 1000. You're hard pressed to. So my old man made it. He got a sheet of metal, shaped it, riveted it onto the car. But because you could still see the rivets, it looked like a tank. When you're 9 years old and you've got a riveted offside wing of your green Morris 1000, fantastic. Fantastic. Anyway, so he makes this huge thing. It's about 2.5 meters wide, this hood, and sort of goes up, which is the bit that goes up and under for the chimney. And I remember it took about 3 of them to get it out of the house. With the offcuts, and if Mark's in the chat, he'll know this is absolute gospel. With the offcuts from this fella's huge You know, my old man charged him a fair amount of money for it because that's a proper, you know, that's artisan work. With the offcuts, he made a mini me hood. It was an identical to the massive one, but it was just big enough to fit over our gas fire. And it's still there. It's still in my mother's house. It's about that long. It's about, what's that? About 2.5 foot wide. And you know your normal gas fire with the like 4 little sort of heat blocks in it, and you go kicking, 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 and end up having to put a lighter in it. We've got a copper handmade copper hood that goes over this poxy little gas fire. But when in the 80s, my old man realised, hang on a minute, and he was the first in our street to do it. Now everyone's done it because it made sense. Why have we got this tiny little kitchen? Why have we got this tiny little bathroom, which was, you know, it was just tiny. So he thought, I'm going to build an extension. Do you remember in the 80s, everyone just got building extensions? Hang on, we can do this, stick another room at the bottom level. And it ain't a 2 up, 2 down anymore. It's a 2 up, 3 down. But he couldn't do all the work. So he got hold of Graham. He got hold of Mick. He got hold of Les. I think Joe Gardner helped out. Now, they're not tradesmen, but they can dig a shovel. He couldn't pay them. We didn't have money for paying people, but few lagers at the end of the day, barbecue, all the wives were there, and it was quite the sort of community event, you know, because when you've stripped the back of your house off, and me, my brother, and my mum are thinking, what are we going to do with no kitchen and toilet and bath? How long is this going to take? And all the housewives were there. You can imagine all sort of smoking and glass of wine. And this went on for about 3 weeks. And they were all around there. You know, some of them had full-time jobs, but when they could spare a bit of time at the weekends, my old man was still working. He was doing that after work. And like I say, at weekends. So here's what you get. You get one person, you get my old man saying to someone like, Graham, can you give us a hand with this extension? I'd just like help us shift some of the earth. You know, we had to dig it all out to put all the footings in, all the foundations and that. And Graham was like, yeah, all right. And then Graham's asked someone, and now there's 2 of them. And because everyone in the street talks, Pauline and Pauline and have spoken to Veronica. Veronica said Pete, and to her boy Kevin, who's now in prison for murder, bless him. They all come round because people talk and people want to help. And what do you get from one person saying, can you give us a hand? As long as the other person says yes, you get a community. You cause a community. Asking for help is part of community building. It's certainly part of community maintenance. You know, if people know they can rely on each other, if people know if they've got a problem, people will give up their time, their energy, occasionally money if they've got it. You know, I would say every week, and I reckon there's a fair amount of people in the chat here, at least 2 or 3 times a week, we'd get a knock on our door. My mum said, can we borrow a cup of sugar? My mum said, can we borrow a cup of milk? And, you know, just people going around, if they didn't have it, they couldn't afford it, they'd have to go and ponce it off someone. Like, I can remember there was a family of gypsies who, Gorgia boy. They'd gone to Brick. They had an house, the Smiths. And the Francis family, they used to pick up their kids from the infant school with 2 pythons round their neck. Fucking hot as hell. I've told you the story of the daughter, Chesalane. Bit dirty. I mean, dirty, because like the rest of us, I had one shirt, wore it every day and the summer. And then it got washed at the weekend. I had 1 bath a week, no showers, 1 bath Sunday night. That was standard procedure. You had a bath on Sunday night, 1. But she had a big family, as the gypsy community tend to. And she was a little bit more dirty and a little bit more smelly. And everyone called her smelly and all that. And I used to sit next to her and inhale the piss. That's a bit for my stand-up routine. I just dropped it in there for the gigs. But she when she got to 16, man, it was such sweet sensual justice, because she got so much shit all the way through school. None of the other girls liked her, just ostracized. But she lived on my street, so I'd occasionally walk home with her. And I was already, if you've read Seven Spastics and the story with the bloke they were all picking on, and I just suddenly done my hero moment, that sort of stuff really got to me even as a young kid. And I saw it with her, so I was all right with her because I knew her family, and they used to sit in our front room and all that sort of stuff. But when she got to sit, when she matured, basically, it was sweet sensual justice. Her breasts just went brrr, and her ass went brrr, and her waist went boo, and her face. Who did she look like? I'll tell you who she looked like. She looked like Bridget Bardot, like a young Bardot. And she didn't play it down, because you know what those gypsies, there's a tendency for gypsies to, and young girls like to present themselves, teenage girls. And she'd be like boob tube, leggings. And I remember seeing her and thinking, I'd been off to college or something, and I've come back and I'm watching this bird walk up the road, and I've gone to my mum, I've gone, "Oi, is that Chesalane?" Mum's gone, "Oh yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah." Mum, give me a clout. She said, get off it. I was thinking, get off it? I'll be getting on it if you don't mind. Yeah, brilliant. What a turnout. What an ugly duckling story. But going back to the point, asking for help is the start of a community maintenance situation. That's the missus. She's going to ask me to pick her up from the gym, and I'm going to have to say no because I'm streaming. Hello, love. I'm streaming, love. I'm making a video. Can't you walk? Get a tuk-tuk, you little lover. Darling, I'm streaming. I've just started. I can't stop now. All right, love. I look forward to seeing you. Oh, give me a smile. See you soon. Love you. Bye. It's the funniest thing. So she was going to that other gym, and it was a Herbalife scam, basically. And when I said to her when she started going, I said, "You're going to be knackered." And she kept coming back. And she was like, "No, I'm all right." And she went every day. And I said, "Darling, you really want to go gym one day, take a day off, gym next day, take a day off. Or if you do want to go every day, do different muscle groups, like do leg day." No one does. Women do, in fairness, because they like those thighs. And I did promise sensuality. And she's joined this, I told you the other day, she's joined a proper gym. And she didn't go yesterday. And she looked fucked in that. Like, it's an hour and a quarter, and it's circuits. And just like squats, yeah? She was doing 8 squats up there, break for a minute, 8, break. Up there, 30 squats, no break. Next bit of the circuit, 30 of them, no break. All of that, 30 minutes without stopping. Then they get 3 minutes, and then they have to do another circuit. So she's getting a little bit of a new insight into what actually training is about. So it's all good fun, all good fun. I'm not a fan of dentistry, but I must admit, over the years, I've overcome it. I used to have a proper fear because my childhood dentist used to mutilate my whole family because he was an alcoholic and he wanted the money. But my friend Xanax is the answer. I've literally been to the dentist and been at Bar Italia in Soho thinking, "Oh, fuck, what time's the dentist?" Oh, I've been. Not only have I been, I had a tooth out. So I'm just saying, don't do that because that would be awful. We've got a load of clips. We've got a load of memery. We're going to have a right good time here. Who else is on the firm? Hello, Charlie. Hello, Emma. Hello, Otto. Good to see ye. Pags is on the firm. 42 wants to speak to you, Chrissy, about all that. Visionary Companion said, my last appointment was a scam. Couldn't afford it. I was told to come back when I could afford it. Have not had any problems. I dodged a spendy bullet. Yeah, I mean, this is why this, capitalism's quite good. Capitalism, look at the basic, the last indivisible unit of the market is two people. And it's me saying to you, I'll give you this, whether that's barter, whether it's labor, whether it's services, whether it's a token that represents value, crypto or fiat, whatever. And the other person gives you a service or a commodity or labor or whatever. But you both get what you want out of it. That's quite an incredible situation, isn't it? For two people to come together, agree and exchange value, and both walk away going, wicked. I got that. Look what I got. I wanted it and I've got it. I wanted that done. I got it done. And the other person's like, look, I needed a few quid and I've got it. Or I needed 4 guineas and a gallon of ale. And it's good. It's good. But when doctors get paid for giving out prescriptions, you have to tread carefully with that kind of system. You have to be nuanced and you have to understand the details, because doctors are human. We have them on this pedestal. When I was a kid, I certainly did. I used to think, wow, your GP is this blokey. You go in there half dead and he sort of touches you. And then my old doctor, Dr. Ferguson, I really liked him. He was so gentle and kind, and they'd sort of just go, it's all right. I'll make it all better. Don't worry. And they'd touch me on the wrist, and then they'd do that. Then they'd do the old on my arm. And if I was a bit scared, they'd go, it's all right. It's not going to hurt. They go, oh, that's very good. And I'll be like, yeah. And they go, yeah, I was only about like 6. And, we have this idea of them that they're sort of amazing, and they are just human. So that doctor you've just gone and seen, he might have a gambling problem. Most people have some form of addiction at some level of addiction. He might have a gambling problem. He might have done 5 grand that morning down at the fucking William Hill. And so he's sitting in there between patients thinking, oh, fucking hell. And then his missus rings him and says, hello, Clive. Clive, can I borrow the main bank card, please? I just want to take some money out to get some clothes for our holiday. And he's like, oh, fucking hell. I was hoping to get paid. What am I going to do about all that money? And then you walk in there and go, hello, doctor. I've got this terrible ache on my back. And he goes, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, they're the 12 tablets you need. You'll have to go and get them. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Next patient. Oh, while you're in here, can I just check your blood? Oh, no, you need some kind of blood thinners. Same with dentists, same with dentists. I have sold heroin. I've sold heroin to a, what's it called? It's not chiropractor. That doesn't work linguistically, does it? A chiropractor calls himself a chiropractic. Yeah, that there's a noun verb issue going on, isn't it? I remember when I used to go and see a chiropractor because I like the old. And he said to me once, he said, well, he said, since I've been your chiropractic, and I was thinking, surely you're my chiropractor. But no, they call themselves a chiropractic. Proper snake oil, that car. Everyone I know's been gets the same treatment. You get your neck cracked, you get your back cracked, and then they've got these crappy sort of, it's like a spring-loaded syringe without a spike, like a big thing. And they just put it on a bit of your body, go, and I swear it just goes, it's like just a little flick. They go, and it's like, oh. And then he goes, yeah. but there is some chiropractic that is very good, but you know, it's a spectrum. But it wasn't an osteopath. I've sold gear regularly to a professional osteopath. You know, and however much money you've got, you'll spend that much money on gear. And you know, you've got to think about how that affects patients. So I'm not sure. Well, no, it's not about me not being sure. I'm 100% certain that certain professions should not be motivated by money to do their work. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't it be a different situation if doctors... I mean, the National Health Service, for a start, isn't a health service of prevention. It's a health service of cure. You know, when you get private medical treatment, the first thing they do is sit you down and go, what's your diet? How much you drink? How much you smoke? What else do you do that's naughty? What's your sleeping like? What's your, you know, right. And then they look at all that and then they say, okay, well, we need to change this. You need to change that. If you don't change this, blah, blah, blah. Then they give you a full once over, heart, blood, your liver, everything, heart rate, you name it. They give you a full once over. And they say, you know, at your age, doing this kind of stuff in your life, you've got to cut down on this. You need to up this in your diet because they're trying to prevent you from getting sick. Because it's financially beneficial for private healthcare for you not to get ill. But the NHS don't do that. The NHS are just like, fuck off. Wait till your foot's hanging off. Then come and see us and we'll spend an absolute fortune trying to put it back on, rather than telling you maybe to stop sawing your foot off. So, you know, imagine if the NHS, the doctors got paid by keeping their patients healthy. What a completely different service it would be. So you're a doctor, you've got 1,000 patients, and at the end of a 6-month period, you have, like, you know, your bosses come in. Okay, you've got 1,000 patients. They've all got a baseline where they were when they came to you. Where are they now? And if half of them are now on fucking benzos, half of them are on some other painkiller, half of them have got an hospital appointment. That's after you've established a baseline, of course. Well, then you're like, well, you've certainly made a fortune dishing out prescriptions, but as far as helping people goes, you've failed dramatically. It'd be an incredible system, wouldn't it? If it was about keeping you healthy, you wouldn't have to wait fucking 5 weeks for an appointment. They'd have you there that day. Hello, doctor. Every time I breathe, like it's almost like it feels like my solar plexus, like my sternum. It feels like my sternum's pushing on me up. Yeah, come in immediately, as opposed to feels like my sternum's pressing on me up. Beep. Can you say that again, but clearer? We could not understand that. I'd said, feels like my sternum, feels like it's pushing on me up. Can you say that clearer? You have one more chance. Beep. I think I'm going to die. Okay. You can visit nhs.com/death. It wouldn't be like that. So yeah, my point being, it's a little bit of a ruse. It would be a far superior system if it was about keeping people well. Right, let's say a few more hellos because it keeps refreshing it. Anyway, so I probably would have missed some, but here we go. Hello, Lulu again. Keena, were you here at the beginning? Thanks for all the clips and memes, and you, Rags. I'm certainly using them here. 42's on the firm. Rags, thank you, Rags, for the clips and memes. Okay. Hello, Crow. Good to see you. As always, Pags. Nyanthos. Hello, mate. Good to see thee. Pags says, tap it smooth. I don't know what it means, but I'll do it one day. Sure, I'll do it one day. Anyone else? Nyanthos on the phone. Hello, Cat Squatch. Emma G. Hello, Brian. Hang on a minute. Brian had to go to the dentist. First time 2 years. Add cold sensitivity, no fillings, special toothpaste for receding gums, sign of getting older. You've got no fillings. Good Lord. I've got fucking loads. I've got like about 4 root treatments. I've got 6 gold. Well, I had 6 gold crowns, but one of them fell out. Yeah, the front of my teeth are great. Well, if I just not so good, it's just loads of metal. Well, that's good though, Brian. You've done well. But also, I'll tell you, receding gums, most receding gums are coming because people don't use electric toothbrushes. Get an electric toothbrush, people. They're next to nothing these days. Normal toothbrush, scrubbing your rocks, trying to get them white. No. What you're doing is wearing your gums down. Electric toothbrush, gently over all your teeth, right around the back. Couple of times, lovely. I'm not pretending to be an expert, Brian. Maybe it is just a sign of age, but I would ditch your old-fashioned toothbrush. You know, the Americans laugh at British people's teeth, and rightly so, because they're a fucking mess. My missus has got to have 2 crowns, and she went to the dentist yesterday to have it done, and he told her it'd be like 800, 900 quid, and she said no. And when she come back, I said, why didn't you have it done? She said, I'm not paying 900 quid for that. I said, no, you ain't paying anyway. Where have you got 900 quid? I said, but why don't we get one done and then give it a couple of months and get the other one done? Because 900 quid is a lot of money to anyone. But to her, that's, you know, that would feed her family for a year. So just the idea of spending it. And I said to her, darling, you're 24. What, you want to lose 2 molars at 24? And I said, listen to this. If you lose those 2, what will happen then is the gums around the teeth either side will start receding, and then you'll lose them. And by the time you're fucking 34, you'll look like all the rest of your family in the provinces with their 4 teeth at the front. So I'm trying to convince her to get it done, as much as a bit of me would rather not spend my new computer savings on her teeth. But, you know, at my age, teeth or money, I'd take the teeth any day of the week. But, you know. Hello, Mark. Yeah, but you can't look at that fire without thinking of your dad. No, without a doubt. And also that oak beam that he installed above it. I mean, it's quite sweet, really. Mark, I think he knew. You must be able to remember, you were around there the other day, weren't you? That oak beam, because that was in the house that the fireplace was in. But again, the oak beam over there was like 3 times as wide as that bit, and that bit that my old man got was an offcut from the oak beam. It's kind of funny to have that, you know. But you're right. That whole front room, my dad, he built all those cabinets and everything. So yeah, it is quite, you know, I'm not taking the piss out of it for sure. I love it. And also that hood over the fire's got a dent in the middle and the copper's torn where I used to rest my feet on it when my mum weren't in. And when it finally went clang, she you bloody had your feet on it for the last bloody 5 years. It shouldn't be so cold in here. 1 fire for the whole house. Hello, Lee. Good to see you, son. Historical doppelganger. Well, I said hello to you, Mr. Palmer. Hello, Flammer Diddler. Nice to see you. Jay's keeping the Twitch miniature. I had 18 people watch the Twitch stream of the Depp trial. None of them followed me. Shocking. Something going wrong here. I think it's the new glasses. It turns people off. Hello, John. John B. Cold Python. I sometimes confuse Cold Python with Cro-Magnon. Who came on the other day and talked about testosterone, who's got 2 jobs? Is that Cro-Magnon or is that's you in it? No, that's Crow. Terrible to forget. I feel terrible. Hello, 622 Messenger. Like, literally haven't seen you around here for about a year. Did I leave a message on? Did you? Oh, wait, 622. Tell me the truth. Did you get a reply to a YouTube comment you left about 3 years ago saying that I've got a Substack. I mean, maybe you didn't, but let me know if that's what brought you back to the firm. Nice to see you though, mate. Whatever brought thee here. Fuck me, a long time since I've seen you. I hope you're doing well, son. Hello, Daffyd. Don't worry, people. We've got some amazing clips and we've got some cracking memes. I'm just waiting for the missus to get back because she'll want a little bit of attention. She'll be shattered, so she won't be able to stand up for long, and then we'll get on with it. But you know, rather than getting speak of the devil. Hello, chicken. How are you? Hang on, take you. What, you need me to lift you up? Oh, don't crack us over. How are you? Are you sure? You missed me. Are you all right? How was it? Come on, how was it? Hard?
Very hard.
Good. You drink plenty of water?
Huh?
You drink a lot of water? Good. Good. All right. Good, yeah, not cold. Did him tell you not cold? You shouldn't drink cold water when you're training. So Cat Squatch, is that yet another account, I'm guessing? It's got to be, isn't it? There you go. Steve Cray's got a lovely community in his street. Going to miss it when he has to move. 35 years in the making. Yeah, I mean, my mother's street was just glorious in the late 70s, early 80s, but by the end of the 80s, early 90s, well, Blair, when you look at England and you try and, when you identify significant points, Second World War, without a doubt, but, you know, more subtle ones, Blair's usually somewhere nearby. Without a doubt, it was things can only get better for everyone else, can only get better for everyone else. Awful. Hello, Meganesia. Nice to see you. Danger, you nice and chipper these days. The short videos are funny. I like the whispering too. No problem. Right. Flammer Diddler says Jippo girls dress a bit slutty, but they're far from it. Well, I'm going to have to question the second part of that. I made that mistake too many times. Walking through Dartford, nothing on, couple of hoop earrings and a little triangle over there, Vahuini. Hello, darling. Hello. All right, do you want to come back to my house? Well, where's that accent from? Do you want to come back to my house? Where is that from? What? Oh, yeah, okay. Start walking. Where are we going? See all the chalets on the horizon. Nah, I got to go. I'm not going to sit in there with your seven brothers looking at me going, can you fight? Can you fight or not? Can you fight? Can you drive a skip lorry? Had some terrible times dealing, not bags of gear, but like bundles of soap bar with that lot. Good Lord. Just handed over the bag for someone else. He picked 2 9 bars out, right? Smacked one against the other so that one fell in half. Picked it up and went, shit. And I was thinking, yeah, this wasn't part of the plan. Oi, danger, drop this off, collect the money, come back, I'll give you a $1. Sweet. Smash, bro. Shit. David Satires. Hello, mate. You started with an oh dear. Hello, son of Max. Good to see you. Baz is on the firm. Oh, and there's that. It keeps sort of refreshing, but I'm well past people. I haven't spoken to, I don't know what I'm talking about. Nah, leg day is rank though, isn't it? Leg day is absolute rank. I did used to do it though. Cat Squatch wants someone to drop a link to John Francis channel. I'm sure Steve or Rags will sort that out for you. They've done it before. Chest day is the best. Not for me. I haven't been going to the gym for years. I am going to start again soon though. But for me, it's arms. Everyone's got a muscle group that they like training and that responds the best. And my triceps and shoulders just. It's a weird one, triceps, isn't it? Because my biceps not so good. So my arms sort of, I started looking like I was going to take off. But there you go. We're getting there, Colt. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, so it was you that I spoke to the other night, wasn't it? That's the code. That is the code. Clipaholic, memaholic. Yeah, we've certainly got some. Snoopy's got a dentist that he doesn't need to be sedated for. Sorry about the sweet sizzling smell of the sweet sizzling sound of food. I hope she's cooking me something. I said to my dentist once, I was in there. Now, bearing in mind that day I'd already had 20 quid's worth of Burmese number 4 skag, right, and 20 milligrams of diazepam IV, just because it was the day. And she had to give me some work, and I said, can you give me a diazepam IV, please? Why not try and get another one out of her for, on the NHS? She said, I can't. I said, yes, you can. I know you can. She said, no, but you have to have someone here with you. And I went, why? She said, because so that when you leave, you don't get run over or fall over or something. And I said to her, I had 2 before I came. And she went, okay. Don't upset your dentist. And then I fell asleep and proved it to her. Woke up, all the work was done. Oh, I don't know. What are you going to do? Ragnar says, know the move, but lurking. Exactly that, Snoopy. They absolutely are. No, I didn't mean it like that. It was weird when I was saying it, Al, because he was, if I went in there with like a sprained arm, it sort of, I hadn't moved it for about 2 hours because when I fell off my bike, I thought it was broken. And what it'd do, it just sort of, it'd hold it, and it just, while he was talking to me, it sort of just reassure me and gently sort of move it. No, he was a great doctor, old Ferguson. I don't remember him scripting us off every time, like all my doctors since then. I told you before, I got scripted in Sure. Oh, listen to this. I told you that I got scripted in Sure, right? And I think it's in 7 Spastics. Can anyone remember whether I wrote about Insure? It's a drink they give to people who are dying who can't eat. And I used to, every 2 weeks, I'd pick up a crate of 24 of these non-dairy milk, I like to call it, milk shakes. But when you're a junkie, that's great stuff, sell them. Not sell them at a boot sale. Nutritional drinks, great for the gym, £2 and Insure. I got an advert for it come up on some social media platform. Insure. And that's why when people say, yeah, but they're cross-referencing you, unless you're clever, people spend so much money on terrible advertising. Oh, look, there's Insure, I'll get myself some. Yeah, terrible targeted advertising. 622 said, I'm back, I just had to nip out, someone needed a bag of weed. Was it you? Hello, Stephen B. About to go to work. I just stopped in for the like. Hoyt, Scrubs, thanks for the streams. No problem, Steve. Shame you got to go to work, but also good you've got to go to work. Visionary Companions Doctor wanted 1,700 for the work it would appear he didn't need. Good Lord. Pag says that life is a procession of trade-offs. Yeah. It certainly is. Matt D wants his teeth replaced with titanium so I can bite through a car belt if need be. I think titanium is quite brittle, isn't it? It's quite. I might be wrong there, but I think it might be quite brittle. I don't know. Probably not as brittle as enamel. I don't know. Flammer Diddler says, my doctor is a strange, unsettling man. Haven't been in 10 years. Yeah, but that sounds good because it sounds like you haven't needed to go. I mean, my doctor, me and his missus were on first name terms. We'll be talking about the World Health Organization and things like that when we get to the memes. Snoopy says, one of my best friends is an internist. I love him and he's a great guy with other men, but he's a frigging womanizing piece of shit to women. I think he's a frigging sex addict. All right, let's clear this up once and for all, because what is womanizing? What is it to be a womanizer? Let's see what the internet says. I'd like your opinions in the chat. The grift has been shocking. I've missed Anglos, though. Let's find Anglos. As usual, Anglo, Hoyt to Anglo. Hello, Ludwig. Good to see you. European housewife. Lovely. Glenn Gooner's on the phone. Matt D hasn't had a hello. Hello, Anglo. I'm just looking for your donation. Hello, Isaac. Chiropractic implies doctor. Yeah, but they describe themselves as I'm your chiropractic. Chiropractor sounds more likely. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Mr. MF. If you've got bad things going on in your mouth, think about what you're swallowing. Think about all that infections and all that other malarkey that goes down your neck. Not good. Hello, Anglo. Nice one for that. Hoyt to the Dinashikaku. Hello, Robert White. God save the Queen. It's a bit like the blind leading the blind, though, isn't it? Not my joke. Not a joke. Thank you, Anglo. Appreciated, as always. All right, we've got 100 people here. I think we might start the show. I've only been talking for 50 minutes. Hello, Toffee. You've missed these hilarious streams. Well, I can't. You can only blame yourself. Anglo didn't get a VAR. Look, he wants one as well. I don't blame you for wanting one. I would as well. Check this out. It's going to be a mega VAR just for thee. My missus went, you okay? Am I okay? Do you know what that was? What was it? Louder? It's not quite a fart, but it's close enough. My missus, actually, that's for another place at another time. Right, I just want to, I'd like, hello, Ooper. Nice to see you, sir. Hello, IR. They're all in now. Hello, Andy. Right. Hello, Vincent Griffin. Good to see you. The boy Jays. Baz is on the phone. Right, let's actually have a look at something, shall we? Amber, I wouldn't wipe my ass on that script agent. Yes, you would. What was it Foot Golf said the other day? His latest line to his missus, calm down, Amber. Yes, darling. What, have you made me food as well? Great, that's lovely. Thank you. No problem. I'll go out and get a hamburger later and chips. I think so. I've had many dentists tell me. I mean, I've got gold teeth that are now 18 years. That was from rotten teeth. They're crowns. They're gold crowns. So 18 years is pretty good going. Apparently, it's very good in your mouth, gold. You know. All right, womanizer. Hello, Little Red. Good to see you. The one bath on Sunday night. There you go. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? People can't believe that when you tell them these days. I can remember, there was 4 kids at my school who had a little bit of money, and they'd have a shower. They'd come into school with wet hair, on a sunny day. I go, why is your hair wet? And he'd go, you know, he had a Pierre Cardin jumper on, school colour, but still Pierre Cardin. I go, why is your hair wet? He go, had a shower. Oh, you had a shower? I used to set my alarm for 8 o'clock, right? I had to be at school for 9, and it took me 15 minutes to walk to school. 8 o'clock, I set my, no, sorry, tell a lie, 20 past 8, I set my alarm for. I'd get up, Weetabix, boil the milk, hot milk on my Weetabix, about half a centimetre of sugar. They're a sugar vehicle, essentially. Sit down in front of the fire, gabble that down, and then when it got to about 8:45, off to school. Well, I'd put some clothes on at some point in between then, but wake up and have a shower every day before school in the 80s. What kind of high life are you leading? Where are we with womanizing? Right, here we go. Crow says, Wiki says that womanizer is a man that moves to Cambodia to sex up the ladies. Yeah. I didn't know. I mean, weirdly, you'd thought I'd have got here and, you know, spread my beans around, but 2 or 3, I think. Because I quickly realised I was done with it all. I quickly realised I didn't want this. That's not what I actually wanted some intimacy, and I actually wanted some love in my life, and I wanted to stop just, you know, it's like a hit. It's like a drug, isn't it? You just go and fuck someone, and it's like, oh yeah, someone likes me, yeah, no, and then, but not enough to dare commit, not enough to actually be a mature human being who's developing and growing. And then move on to the next one and have another little fling. And as soon as it starts getting a bit, oh, hello, you know me a little bit, fucking hell. No, so soon I fell in love with my girlfriend, and thank the Lord I still am. Snoopy says, I meant it as the casual and frequent relations, but I'm sure there are worse definitions. I mean, I've obviously been called a womanizer, but it's a weird one, isn't it? Womanizer. I mean, it's all right to have a lot of sex, isn't it, when you're young? It seems like a good thing to do. I think everyone should do it. John says, real feminists enjoy a bit of rough. Well, it's funny, isn't it, how it turns out that most of those sort of, you know, the sort of top-end famous feminists, they've all got proper sort of alpha boyfriends who you think, yeah, I can imagine him swinging you from the fucking ceiling fan at the weekend. Matt says, womanizer, males whores and those who want to be male whores. So all men. Yeah, I try and help with the typos, but I can't help with several words missing. Males whores. This is a cryptic clue, isn't it? Males whores and those who want to be male whores. Zeitgeist said, womanizer is normally a married man. Now, there you go. Who can't stop playing the game of the chase. Right. So if there is a, yeah, that's just an arsehole, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to bang birds, but if you want to do that, you finish with your missus. You say, listen, I want to do that more than I want to be with you. I've said that to girls. I've said to girls, I do love you, but I want to do that more, and I know that because I have. Oh, very nice. What's that? What's the meat? Hang on, what have you got? Sorry, people. What is that? Is it? What's the meat?
Cow.
Got any mayonnaise on there?
A little bit.
Oh, good.
Me? You eat with me?
She always does me up though, because she goes, no, go on, eat my dinner, and now my mouth is burning. A little bit of chili on that cow.
Yeah. Woman or girl?
What?
Woman or girl?
Am I a man or a girl? What do you think?
Well, you're not Italian.
Have I got a massive penis? Is it massive? I'll answer the question. Is it small or is it massive? Hello, Joe. Joe says womanizing is life. Well, it can be, but don't hurt people. Don't shit on people. Chrissy, womanizer. A man who can't stick with one woman. He has an urge to flirt and chase any woman he lays eyes on. Will have multiple relationships with many women. Well, I've never been that. I mean, I do like a lot of different women, but not all.
You're too small.
Whoa, cool. Yeah.
I love you.
I love you
Yeah.
too. Well, right. Yeah, no, not any woman he lays eyes on. That's ridiculous. Just don't hurt people, you know. You can't have it all in life. Life, if you know, you can't have it all. Life is about sacrifices. Is Lumi in here? I need to speak to Lumi. Probably with his rock and roll band. Embarrassing himself again. Right, where are we? Hello, Zeitgeist. Have I even said hello to you? Matt D wants a Keith Richards miracle package. What, going out with marrying a 14-year-old? I mean, Vietnam's a place, apparently. Excuse me, I've got all sorts of things going on now. No regard if they're married or no. Well, I didn't as well. If a married woman wanted to sleep with me, I haven't done anything wrong. That's her choice. That's not, you know, the fact she was married to my best mate on about 5 occasions. That's just the way it goes, you know. Hello there, Mike. How are you? Womanizing is like moisturizing. It leaves you feeling sticky. Well, as long as you are there, as long as you know why you're doing it. For me, you know, I was a young man full of testosterone and hormones, and I just wanted, you know, years and years and years of, you know, genetic sort of selective breeding. I knew, you know, my body was going just fuck, and so I did. But when you get to 35 and you're doing that, you haven't matured. It's sexually immature. You know, I've got mates and like they're like, oh, how can you just have sex with the same woman all the time? And I say, well, because that's what's good about it. Because you've communicated and you developed something and they know exactly what you like rather than some rando. Because some rando, especially brass, they tend to just lay there and go, oh yeah, oh, fuck me, oh yeah, Whereas my missus knows exactly what I like. And when I share it, she's like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, I can't be bothered. And then 5 minutes later, she walks out the bedroom. I'm like, I can now. So, you know, Meganesia says Danger is a victim of his own sensuality. If only. Historical Doppelganger said, we didn't have one bath a week, but we would have to share the bath water. Done that as well, but that ended a bit later. Except for my dad, who got his own because he works in a factory where they made concrete blocks. Exactly the same as that. My dad got my mum and dad, they both got their own bath water. But me and my brother used to have to get in a bath together. I told you I had a plop in it once, and my brother went, what's that? And pulled out a plop, and I went, it's a submarine. And my mum went fucking mad. Because then, of course, we've got to have another bath. So that's 2 baths. You can't, you know, no. Submarine, good try. I bet your old man used to get home and do his hands with Swarfiga as well. That's a very 70s, your old man's hands are covered in shit. Get the old Swarfiga out. A time and a place. Hang on, 622. What? Not fully cold turkey. What? Have you just done a rattle or something? I've missed the rest of your conversation. I can't, darling. I'll eat something later. I'm going to get a burger and chips. It's a bit sad when the missus is trying to
Huh?
I said it's a bit sad when my girlfriend is trying to eat well, and I'm going to have a burger and chips, and, you know.
The problem too fat. Maybe you the phone.
Cole Python, my wife said to me, do I look fat in this dress? I said, darling, you look fat in every fucking dress there, yeah. Exactly, Baz, exactly. No one's a womanizer in that definition of every woman. No. Well, that's what I thought. Look, we finally got somewhere. That's what I thought. I thought womanizing was a bloke who treated women pretty badly. You know, and just sort of lies to them. Yeah, no, I love you. No, let's see more of each other. And you've got about 5 or 6 on the go. Now, there've been times where I've had 5 or 6 on the go, but from the outset, I said, this is, you know, I like your company. We go out for dinner and that, but we ain't a couple because there's 5 more like you. And that's, I'm just telling you, you can go if you can't put up with that. And they all say, no, that's fine. And they all, in the end, go, no, it's not. I love you. I love you. I say, yeah, I can't. I'm too immature. Right, where are we? Hello, Vincent. Nice to see you. European housewife. I did say hello to you. I'm sorry, but it keeps refreshing. It's this new thing it's doing. It's just done it a bloody again. Lumi's on the phone. Good. I need to talk to you. Nice one, Anglo. Nothing wrong in womanizing. It's great. Yeah, it is. As long as you're not hurting anyone, it's fantastic. Nice one, Anglo. Keeping the grift. You and Chrissy are keeping it going. An hour after making the video, 3 donations. It's hurting me in the heart. I'll continue though. Fear not. I do enjoy it. Hello, Santosh Meher. Whereabouts in India are you? But nice one, Anglo. Prasha Kanaku. Yeah, a submarine that had come up for air. Right, Lumi, listen, yesterday on the Substack shout out thread, I shouted out your Substack, right? And I said a little bit, so I sort of advertised it for you a bit. I don't know if you got anything out of that, but I thought it's a nice thing to do. But, Lumi, then I scanned all the other shout outs, and anything that was vaguely like my writing, I responded to them in shout out. Oh, this sounds interesting, blah, blah, blah. I'll check that out. And I did subscribe to a couple of others, right? And then this morning, now I have been doing a lot of guerrilla marketing, which you missed because you didn't see the stream last night. So I got 19 new subscribers yesterday just off the back of the guerrilla marketing. But listen, on that shout out thread, I got loads of new subscribers, people I replied to because they, you know what these people are like on there. They're all a bit, community of writers. But also, I followed one of them because he's actually interested. His son's a fentanyl. He's got a son who's a fentanyl addict. And so his whole Substack is about his journey as a parent with his son's addiction. And it's cracking writing as well. What was the first one I read? It's something like a beginner's guide to scoring fentanyl for your child. So he's got quite a sort of a dark sense of humor with it. So I followed him, but I get an email this morning, Lumi, that says, I can't remember the name of his Substack. It's called something like the Arrogant Sage. It might be the Arrogant Sage. But it said the Arrogant Sage has recommended you to his followers. So that's something you can do. He's recommended my channel to all of his followers. Now he might have 5 followers, but I got a load more subscribers today. So that shout out thing, Lumi, put a bit of time into it. Do you know what I mean? Respond to a few people and follow a couple of people, and it pays off. I just thought you might like to know that. Right, we might be Torpedo. Hello, Picard. Good to see that. We've got so many OG scrubs in today. It's like the full house of the all the big boys and girls, which is always wonderful. It's a shame Moslab ain't here, but he's busy, obviously. Bless him. And as I say, it says who turns up like a beagle. Hello, says who. Right, let's watch some. Let's have a look at some clippage, shall we? Where should we go first? We've got a problem. Not everyone's favourite voice, but I quite like his voice. It's got a bit of character. It stands him out. It distinguishes him. But this is quite good. This is a bit of monkeypox. Funny the old monkeypox, isn't it? Funny the old midterm monkeypox. You know, that they've just floated that one. That's just there just in case things start going wrong. And they are going wrong, without a doubt. The midterms is going to be the biggest red. It's not going to be a red wave. It's going to be they're going to dip the whole republic into a pot of red paint. It's going to be incredible. I'll be streaming that whole thing live. I'll probably do about 7 hours. So I'll pick the 7 hours when the results start coming in, because obviously that'll be the important bit. Hello, Buster Brook. They're all here. Right, this is where you got a problem, and it's a little bit of monkey pockets. Check it. Oh, hang on. I've got to get my headphones on. Sorry, people. Flamadilla says that Whoopi Goldberg is riddled with monkeypox. Have I just said something I should have? Have I just been caught? You're caught in a trap. I can't get out. Jambo's on the phone. Hang on, let me just sort out me danger pods. And nice one, Jambo. I honestly will get back to the streams for members. I will, but I just haven't got the time. That's just the reality of it at the moment. But I will make up for them. Nice one. Anglo said Jamboree on the firm. Hello, Sir Grego. You missed my hello, Dangerfield. I'm still Lazarus buzzing since my missus had to resurrect me via CPR. So what actually happened? Grego, can you come on and tell us? Can you come on? Hello, Jer. They're all here. This is like the ultimate scrubbage. I don't, apart from Moslab and Dawn Browning and Sarah for obvious reasons, this is like the hardest, corest of hardcores. Who else is? There might be some more around here. Well, JC, both of them. Actually, now I say it, I'll probably be able to mention loads. But it's lovely to see some big guns. Look, people want you in. Vart! Nice one, Meganesia. I had a little crystal, put it in my tea. Piff, paff, poof. 140 pages without one slice of punctuation. More like an art installation. What was the crystal? Methamphetamine. There's nothing wrong with no punctuation if you don't need it. Yeah. I suddenly realised that, Zeitgeist, and there's a few other people who are in here as well. He changed his name recently. Skin Scar's not here. Skin and Tonic. Yeah. It was a silly point. Tito's not here. Oh, yes, he is. He's just turned up. Look, he must have heard the call. Grego, can you come on? People are calling for you. Hello, Sophist. On the firm. Look, fuck it. He was holding back. Yeah, you mentioned it. Collapsed at a friend's wedding. Can't come on and looking after the baby. But so your missus had to revive you with this old thing. Like 2 weeks after you got married. Did you tell her when you come back to life, this is what marriage does to a man? I hope you're all right, though. All jokes aside, Sir Grego, that's terrifying stuff. Any reason, any idea why or anything? Can we have a Grego in the chat for Sir Grego? You could just put Sir G. Serge Gainsborough. You don't get. Hello, Nigel. All right. Hello, Colonel Custard. Hello, Will. tornado. It's the ultimate bank holiday Friday Gavastafanten. Nora Larson. I don't think she likes it around here much anymore. Look at the surge G's on that. I do hope you're all right though, Greg's, obviously. Greg's. How'd you go from Sir Grego to the worst sandwich shop in the world? I used to nick their chicken tikka rolls though when I was on the Skag. I used to go in there every day, just walk in there, pick up two, put them in my pockets and walk out. And they go, excuse me. And I just think, they ain't chasing me. Who's going to chase someone who looked like me? Just a dirty, smelly tramp. What am I going to do? Pay for it or give it back? What, you want that back? Do you? You're going to put that back on the shelves? Now it's been in my pockets. Put your hand in my pocket. There's things living in there. There's a fucking colony of cockroaches in there. Every day. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but, you know, I'm just showing you it as a lowering of standards. That's what addiction does to you. Not shoplifting. I don't mean that. I mean eating Greg's. Right. Hello, Bunnings. Look who else has just turned up as well. Tip Liquor. Likes the party. I think Nora was from the Isle of Lesbos, but she's probably just busy, like in the army. I like Nora. There's a lot of people who've left us. I think diazepam gate, that was what done it. We went from like 250 a day to 120 a day. Arius isn't here, nor's not spam lady. Right, let's get on with this video, shall we? Anglo, did I thank you for the womanizing comment and Meganesia for your crystal in the tea? No cap. Popeye, let people know they need to they need to show themselves. All right, here we go. Check this out. A little bit of monkey pacana. Let me just check I've got this sorted out. Can you tell me that you've got audio, please? I won't need to ask every time, just the first time.
Okay, guys, we're back on monkeypox, which I covered the other day, showing the government's own website stating it's a mild illness that people rarely catch. This is actually the same as what the NHS website used to say, because it seems they've decided to delete some sections while adding some new ones to it. This despite no reason I can find for the sudden change, but we'll go through it.
I know it's almost impossible to listen to, but I quite like him. I hope he talks like that in real life. I'd love to sit down, but I like eccentrics. I'd like to sit down next to him and go, how are you? We got a problem. And him go, I'm not so bad. I would think that if you would guess, I'm having quite a good time. But this is amazing, this little video. The NHS done a little bit of switcheroony on their website. And it's not something mild, it's something political. What a surprise. Hello, Methav Singh Deherv. You're just saying Vladimir Putin, are you? Well, we call that non-committal. Here we go. Let's have a Chrissy says spank the like button, which is the best ever request to hit like I've ever seen. All right, here we go. Check it. Check what the NHS done. And they've done it times thrice.
Just for the record, I guess. Now here you can see the NHS website on monkeypox from September 10th, 2019, so before bat flu lockdowns and all that crap. Then next to it we have the current day NHS webpage showing what they have deleted from the first section about the seriousness of the monkeypox virus. Yes, it being a usually mild illness has been completely removed.
Right, so just in case you can't follow, this is what it had on the 10th of the 9th, 19, right? So a few years back. It's usually a mild illness that will get better on its own without treatment. Some people can develop more serious symptoms, so patients with monkeypox in the UK are cared for in specialist hospitals. And then they changed it to, You can catch monkeypox from an infected animal if you're bitten or you touch its blood, body fluids, spots, blisters, or scabs. Monkeypox can be caught from infected wild animals in parts of West and Central Africa. It is thought to be spread by rodents such as rats, mice, and squirrels. It may also be possible to catch monkeypox by eating meat from an infected animal that has not been cooked thoroughly, or by touching other products from infected animals such as animal skin or fur. Continue.
Move despite it still being the truth, which is very suspect if you ask me. A cynical person would think they're setting us up for more lockdowns, restrictions, and never-ending fear porn like they did with bat flu because they loved the last 2 years and the power they wielded, remember? In fact, the WHO has already started down that road because power and control is what they want, as many of you lot already know. Here, for instance, we have a headline in the Express showing what I mean about the fear porn they're pumping out. It states fears monkeypox impacted patient's body for 10 weeks even after the telltale rash has disappeared. This, I must say, has never been reported before, despite monkeypox first appearing in a research lab back in 1958, so I'm
This is incredible. Even though the old monkeypox, and I mean old, 60 years old, this has never been reported before. But what they're doing now, if they're just dishing out little bits of it, getting it among the people. No need to panic. There's nothing to worry about yet. But if it's required, they've done the groundwork. This is what companies do this is how branding works. When you do a branding campaign, branding isn't about selling products. When people say sex sells and all that, it's such old hat marketing. And it was a lie then, by the way. Connection sells. And sex is a basic connection. But connection sells far more than sexuality. But branding sells. So you have to get your brand. So what you do is you dribble it out, a few magazines, few billboards, little bits here, and you're basically anchoring a logo or a tagline, and then you build upon that, and then you look at your analytics, you see where it's working. Is it working on the internet? Is it working on billboards? Is it working here? Is it work with that, and then you double down on those ones, and you just keep going like that. That's what sells. Brands sell. That's why when you go into Sainsbury's, you pick up a can of Coca-Cola and not a can of Roller Cola. Admittedly, Roller Cola tastes like monkey's spunk, but that's what this is. This is branding fear to sell fear.
I'm calling bullshit on that one right now. What they are trying to do with this is a little bit like long COVID, or long sick note as I like to call it. It's ridiculous nonsense, not based in reality, or it could just be post-viral syndrome. Now, the NHS deleting information obviously didn't stop with the first section because the NHS removed a whole lot more, it actually seems. Yep, in the how you get monkeypox section, they literally deleted the part telling you it's hard to get and not easily spread because the truth is not something you need.
Another incredible, but look at the difference. There's only 6 days difference in this bit. 6 days. It went from, it's very uncommon to get monkeypox from a person with the infection because it does not spread easily between people, but it can be spread through and then it goes on to something. And then they got rid of that bit. 6 days later, they took that bit out. Monkeypox has been about for 60 years. What, they only found that out this week? How? It's quite funny that they both say touching clothing. Weird that you can get monkeypox from touching cloth. It's a poo joke.
Need to hear, is it? That won't scare you into compliance, so it had to be removed, I am betting, making this another suspect deletion, I've got to say. Now, finally, we move on to treatment, where they removed something and added a couple of little bits to it. Here you see, just a week ago, on the 19th of May, it stated people with monkeypox recover within a few weeks. I even covered this bit in my video the other day. Well, that is now gone, and instead is replaced with the you will need to isolate directions that they've all loved for the past 2 years.
And that is the absolute kicker out of all of these changes. Look at that. Look at that. Most people with monkeypox recover within a few weeks. And then, but as monkeypox can spread if there is close contact, you will need to be isolated if you are diagnosed with it. It's subtle, but it's ramping up a bit. Hang on a minute. I've seen all this before. I've seen this with AIDS. My dad saw it with VD. I saw it with SARS. I saw this with something very recent that I cannot name.
Years, despite it not previously being there, because it's hard to catch, I assume. Obviously, these isolation demands also cause massive economic damage, not only to the country, but to the people who cannot work. And given the fact it's hard to catch and a mild illness, completely fucking irrational if you ask me. It's like they're trying to destroy the economy even more, as if their plan was that all along or something like that. Of course, they would never do that though, would they, guys?
I would call him on. I don't think they're trying to destroy the economy. They're trying to destroy small businesses. They're trying to destroy small to medium businesses so that the corporations can pick up pieces, which is in a way destroying an economy. But I think that's a subtle difference because the COOF didn't destroy the economy. It just put money in people's hands who needed it less than the people they took it from.
But the fact it's not spread like bat flu or the common cold makes any fear porn relating to it pretty pathetic. Well, it is pathetic unless someone's been messing around with it in a lab, of course. Then it might not be pathetic, but they wouldn't do that either, would they? Though I have got to say, the fact they remove things that are true about it suggests something is certainly amiss here to me. It don't seem like the actions of people you can trust with your health, I've got to bloody say. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this and make a video for the record, as I didn't do it with bat flu when I clearly should have done it throughout.
There you go. We got a problem. It's a cracking channel. I would recommend a subscription. He's doing well. Another one of those ones I can't work out how he's still on YouTube, but as long as he still is, I'll keep showing his clips. Right, what we got next for you lucky bleeders? This is brilliant. This is brilliant. This is from United Spot Thoughts. No, this is from United Spot. It's just great. It's Nancy Pelosi. We'll call it Thoughts and Prayers. I giggled my way senseless because this is all on OBS. So if my computer crashes, I don't have to find all the links again. I OBS them. Yes, that does add another 2 hours to making a clips and memes video. So feel free to grease the cogs a bit. This had me, and it will again, so I'm going to mute myself. Just enjoy. I really respect people who go to the effort of making these things, because this sort of thing takes a lot of time and effort, and for just a few laughs, I respect that in people. Check it. Pelosi's Thoughts and Prayers.
We're here live with Nancy, your eyebrows. Cut! We're here with a house drinker who has some important news. Go ahead, Nancy. Hello, peasants.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. We've got to have that burp again. We've got to have that burp again. Look, did you check the first bit? She's forgotten her eyebrows. But check out the burp. It's amazing.
Your eyebrows. Cut! We're here with a house drinker who has some important news. Go ahead, Nancy. Hello, peasants. Due to recent events, I, along with the entire Democratic Party, have decided to fire our private security teams. Our thoughts and prayers will be our weapons from now on. We will no longer support anyone who owns a gun. So today, I'm advising all of you peasants out there to do the same. If you own a gun, turn it in. Get rid of it. You don't need it. Our thoughts and prayers are all the protection you need. If you got a problem, our thoughts and prayers are just a sweet away. We'll protect you. Somebody breaking into your house? Don't worry about it. Our thoughts and prayers are at your service. With our thoughts and prayers, you won't have to worry about being afraid anymore. Our thoughts and prayers will save the day. So today, be a brave peasant. Be a hero like us. Give up your guns and let our thoughts and prayers be the only weapon you'll ever need. And cut! Good job, everybody. Great show. I could barely keep a straight face while I was saying all that. So you really fired your private security team? Oh gosh, no. Are you crazy? Of course not. We're actually hiring more private security. So I just said that because we want all the peasants out there to be unarmed and unable to protect themselves and their families. Because when that happens, we can do whatever we want. But what about the Constitution?
Giggle.
Constitution? What Constitution?
That's from I've gone very, very dark. That's from a channel called The United Spot. Definitely worth checking out. Anglo, thank you very much. It's me, you, and Chrissy on this one. Much appreciated, mate. Much appreciated. That's brilliant, isn't it? Thoughts and prayers. You don't need guns when you've got Pelosi's thoughts and prayers. I'm just going to do that and get a bit of light off of there. There you go. Nice one, Anglo. Excellente. Spike Simmons says, Dangerfield, I think they only care about power, so they say fuck the economy for now. Yeah, but you need people to produce and consume. You need that class of people to maintain power. Otherwise, you've got power over nothing. If there's no production and consumption, you're going to get an apocalyptic situation, and that's a lack of power. Keeping people consuming and producing under your rules, where you benefit more than them, that's the ideal situation. So I think, as someone else said, it's more of a redistribution, or no, what would be the opposite of that? A de-distribution of wealth. I don't think they're trying to destroy the economy. That doesn't serve them at all. Yes, absolutely. It's just so on the money, isn't it? It's great stuff. Yeah, The United Spot. Check it out. Thoughts and prayers. Right, what have we got for you next? This is great. This is Tyler Fisher. It's another monkeypox one. Another one that had me absolutely cracking up. I tried to make it as big as possible. It's the old. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it affects the hilarity. Check it. Look at him.
Hey guys, it's me. You're never gonna believe it. I'm back in quarantine camp. I thought it was over. It's not. It is not over. Far from over. I tested positive for the monkeypox. Just round and round we go. Back to the new normal. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, they've put me on a steady diet of small lizards and bird eggs and being here for 3 to 6 weeks. Oh, I got to go get my daily booster shot. And by that, I mean the doctor basically shoves a banana up my butt every morning. Says it helps. Anyways, let's say the monkeypox prayer. Do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing. Ooh, ooh,
That's Tyler Fisher. The prayer. Do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing. Shocking. Right. Don't blink or you'll miss this one. And don't blink is actually it couldn't be a more appropriate phrase if I tried. Don't blink.
This you? This?
Come on, who thought I was going mad?
This you? This?
Come on, it is Friday. It can't be all monkeypox and the world's ending. Right, what else have I got for you in this collection of... Right, okay, so another little funny. Yes, we do reach a new low when we show a cat video. However, now the stay highs among us will obviously, or former stay highs, will know that there's no THC in the fan leaves of a cannabis plant. There's absolutely none. But let's assume there are. And the title of this video was Cat Eats Cannabis Leaf and Forgets How Many Legs He's Got. Now, if you can just put the science, if you can put the science aside for a second, this is quite funny. Cat eats cannabis leaf, forgets how many legs he's got. Check it. Oh, by the way, I had to fade the music in and out because it's copyrighted, sorry, and it would have fucked me up. But I wanted to show you it. I mean, it's not too relevant, the music. Check it.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do?
It tickled me. I'm not too proud. I'm not too proud to find a cat video amusing. I'm not too proud. What made it do that though? What made a cat decide I'm just going to walk on my front legs, my back legs are hurting? Good gosh, good gosh. Right, good to see people enjoying that. I mean, you know, it's a cat video, but pride comes before a fall. That. Like, where are we going here? Oh my god, I've got loads of work messages. What? Let me just check these work messages. All right. Oh, all right. Yeah, I get it. Why don't you do it? Yeah. Well, the cat didn't actually get stoned, but that is a cat walking on its front leg. Well, I don't know. Who knows these days? When we saw Tom Cruise the other day and his deep fake, it's hard to say what's real. Right. Okay. What have we got for you now? We've got a few more. Oh, good Lord. So someone told me she got sacked. When Jen Balsaki got off, they got their diversity hire in. Can anyone confirm if she got sacked? Because she's still there. Over in the glorious House of Scrubs the other day, not everyone, a few people said she's got sacked, unless they've given her a few weeks' notice, because she's still there. But check this absolute failure. I mean, she makes Jen Balsaki look like a genius, which in a way she was, because she, you know, when you're the spokesperson for a communist administration who are fucking up and as dreadful as that lot, Jen Balsaki done pretty well to just, you know, just fuck off, doesn't matter, don't care, compared to this one. But this is a mess. This is she got demoted, but she's still doing it. She's still there. I mean, unless this is a very old video, I don't know. But have a look at this. It's quite something. Here we go. And of course, it's ODYSEE again. ODYSEE seems to have a new, what would we call her? A new left-hand woman. It's like a right-hand man. You'll see what I mean. Have a look at this. There's some great nuclear bombs going off while she's screwing up like you'd never imagine.
You got Chicago, for example. They already have plenty of very strict gun laws, some of the strictest in the country. 47 people shot there over the Memorial Day weekend. 9 of them died.
Right, before we go any further, can we just, I mean, I'm an Englishman and I live in a country that's got plenty of weapons here. There's plenty of guns here. There was a war here not too long ago, right? In Chicago, over Memorial Weekend, last weekend, there were 49 shootings. That's not people pulling triggers 49 times. That's people getting bullets in them. 49 in one weekend. That's quite low, by the way. I had a look at the averages. 9 of them got killed. Right now, as ODYSEE goes on to say, what, you reckon those people went into gun shops and bought them legally? Do you think there might be a chance that they're black market weapons in downtown Chicago? So what is you can't buy guns? Oh yeah, that'll stop it. Is that dog's so far out of that trap now. It's just forget. Fucking Trudeau's banning the sale of handguns, right? And in 3 days, handguns sold out in Canada. I bet those handgun shops were just. I bet the geezer who owns a handgun shop, he's got like a couple of thousand handguns in stock. He was sitting there one night thinking, "Fucking hell, all this inflation, all these petrol prices. I'm having trouble shifting units. Don't know how I'm going to feed my family." And then Trudeau come on telling and said, "We're going to ban the sale of handguns." Next day, he had a queue going around the block. God, Glock, Beretta, Glock. VAT. Incredible VAT. Mike Collins has dropped a 10-bit into Entropy. He says, "Have some old-fashioned money." Thank you, Mike. Much appreciated. And Little Red got no VAT on his super sticker and has given me another one to say you got no VAT. So I think a mega VAT is in order. I hope that made up for it there, Little Red. But let's find that other one. Super stickers don't get VARTs anyway, but I'm always happy to do a manual. I am smashing the super VARTs today, though. I did see it. I was just gibbering. Let me find it. But that's it. They're incredible numbers, aren't they? These people just don't think, we're going to ban selling handguns to law-abiding Americans and let the gangsters who don't buy them from shops anyway. When you buy a gun from a shop, does it usually have gaffer tape around the handle? Right, hang on. I can't find that super sticker. That's maybe why it didn't get a... Well, no, the super stickers don't VART anyway, but I do like to give them one. I do like to give them one. God, some sensuality. There you go. Oh, no, that's the same one. I'll have a look for it while we're watching the rest of this clip. I'll take it back a bit for context. Sorry, Little Red. All right, anyway, let's get back to this because it's excellent.
You got Chicago, for example. They already have plenty of very strict gun laws, some of the strictest in the country. 47 people shot there over the Memorial Day weekend. 9 of them died. So which law would have prevented any of that?
All right, well...
Do we think that all these people in Chicago who are shooting each other are legally buying their guns? The president thinks that Congress must act immediately to end this epidemic of gun violence. Is he going to bring any of the key players from Capitol Hill to the beach with him tonight?
Okay.
Nice one, Little Red. There's the super sticker. Machano Kruten. Look at this terrible response to actually, she can't do this job. Look how terrified she looks.
The Congress must act immediately to end this epidemic of gun violence. Is he going to bring any of the key players from Capitol Hill to the beach with him tonight?
Oh, okay. So I don't have...
Wasn't a big part of candidate Biden's whole thing that he knows how to get things done.
He does. I mean, he's beaten the gun lobby before. He has.
Well, why not invite these lawmakers who maybe haven't beat the gun lobby and say, this is how it's done?
But it's not his thing. It's actually fact. We saw he did that in the Senate during his Congress days. During his Congress days, that he beat the gun lobby. Look,
that he has a lot of legislative experience. I'm asking why it is that you can say he wants to give these negotiations.
Do you want to go to the beach with the president tonight? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I would love to.
Look, I do. Touche on that. The weather, it is pouring outside like cats and dogs. It is not great.
But if people are dying every day, why would this president then say he wants to give it some space? Guys at the White House had some very hard headlines this week about inflation and about baby formula. if there's nothing new that you can point to in this speech tonight, did you just schedule it to get people talking about something else?
Wow. Absolutely nailed it. Yeah, exactly. Glorious House of Scrubs. Hello, Sensum. And yeah, the Deuce. The only journalist there. Did you hear all the rest of those simps go, a terrible joke? Hello, Sensum. Good to see you. I just want to point out, imagine being new into the Glorious House of Scrubs and saying that. Whoa. Yeah. Rip those B-loads, man. Yeah. Whoa. Nice to see you, puppy play. That's a fine line you're treading. Nice to see you, though. Yeah. Stoned. Yeah, well, it's weird, isn't it? Because I haven't seen anyone else in there ask any difficult questions. He's like an inoculation. You know, he protects. I use this analogy all the time. It's actually Roland Barthes' analogy. He uses it he talks about culture in these terms. But the deuce, as Hooper said, which I really like, the deuce is like an inoculation. Is like a small amount of acknowledged evil in the press room, which protects the body as a whole from the greater evil. You know, Deuce can do his bit, and everyone's like, oh, look at that fucking alt-right journalist. And then, now back to the sensible journalists, you know, the left. It's kind of the role he plays. Yeah, I kind of got that feeling. Yeah, it's. I mean, is she going? People told me she was going, but I mean, they're taking their time, or maybe she's already gone. Maybe that is an old video. I don't know. Kevin sent me that, but fucking awful job she done of that. She didn't answer any questions. She didn't even try to. She just started making jokes. Chicago dead. I wonder what colour those Chicago people are, by the way, while you're laughing at them, darling. All right, what else have I got for you? Oh, we're down to the last 5 on the clips. How long have we been going for? Nearly 2 hours. Mike, thanks for that 10-bit. I'm gonna actually put that 10-bit onto Paint Shop Pro version 8 because it's only fair that entropies get on there. And Brick Dictator's dropped a 15 spot in as well. Nice to see a Brick Dictator as always. Brick Dictator, I'm not going to shill your channel like I do every single time because I love your channel, but I think everyone knows by now. That's why. Although I'm going to now because I like it. Brick Dictator he reenacts historical battles using Lego. He started doing it for his kid. Like they're animated. He got me to do a voiceover once. Prepare your arrows, fire! I felt like a hero. I felt like I was there. Agincourt. I don't think it was Agincourt I done, was it? Anyway, he's a good lad. And he's just dropped. It's a massive channel, though. I mean, last time I was there, what are you on, Bricktator? Bricktator? Steady. We say Brick Dictator, I say Bricktator. You've got to be over 200, 300,000 subs now, haven't you? Well, props to you, though, because stop frame animation with Lego is not the quickest of things to do. If you're a member, we've actually got an emoji for the Tales of the Unexpected Royal Jelly meme, but, you know, I love it when new people come in here and think they can fight against the glorious House of Scrubs. It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. Right, Brick Dictator says, I just sold the place in Chicago 2 days ago. I was there 12... What? I was there 12 years. No gun stores in the city. Amazing. Have to get guns shipped to FFL. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Someone can help me out with that. In suburb. Could get ammo direct by UPS though. I've moved to Indiana. Gun stores all around. No crime here, except in that part of my Indiana county that borders Chicago. That's incredible. Yeah, it's a nonsense, isn't it? It's an absolute nonsense. You know, none of those people who fired those 49 guns in Chicago last weekend bought those guns with the paperwork, with the ID, with the fucking checks. No, and everyone knows it. Nice one, Brick Dictator. Great comment. Thanks for the donation. There's Mike Collins. Have some good old-fashioned money. I'm always up for filthy lucre, Mike, but you may iron it first. One in the chat if you've ever ironed your money. I better put my one in there. I have ironed money before. When I was a speed dealer, you got to put the hours in to make anything selling that stuff. Hello, mate, you got an ounce? Yes, I have. £20. But I'd just take it off and screw it up and put it in my pocket. And when I got home after like 3 nights out, my pockets would be full of screwed up money. So I'd have to get the old iron out and make them, you know, use it. No, I'm glad to see a few ones. Anglo has either done it a lot or never. It's tricky when I haven't given an option to know what 2 means. Oh, there you go. Look at old Paxmax. Look at multicultural Paxmax. Sweden to Germany, and he's still not. Oh, he's guessing federal firearms license. You need to get it shipped, the gun shipped to FFL in suburb. Has he got that right? What? It's not a bad guess, though, I suppose. Nice one, Jambo. Oh, sorry, mate. The old nodules. Jambo rock. I'm just going to top up my water, people. My crammers hanging around my knees, so excuse me. I wouldn't want you to see my Krakatoa. Although it would be sensual. Right, where the devil are we? Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Brick Dictator. Jambo says, Friday £5. Hoit to that, Jams. Streams have been great listening lately. I loved that song you did for Mrs. Me in it a few weeks ago. Class. What was it? It was the old, I don't wanna talk about it. It's a lovely song, though. I've got to give props to the songwriter rather than myself. But yeah, nice one. I'm actually going to see a man about a guitar, but I've got a beautiful guitar in England. And although I've said this 1,000 times, right? Thank you, Jambo. That's a nice donation. Lovely comments. Always nice. Because I got a bit scared when I sung it. As I started playing it, my voice was warbling a bit. You might have thought it was an intentional vibrato. Sensual. Calm yourself down, Lulu. You're all right, Alan. You've donated more than enough. You're all right, son. That's fine. Thank you for saying so, but that's fine, mate. Nice to see you. Silent Learner says, today I will sleep with my girlfriend. I mean, you know, okay. Sleep away. What was I going to say about that song? There was something. Oh, yeah. Now, listen. So I bought a crappy guitar. In England, I've got a beautiful Fender parlour guitar. It's at Mark's house. Now, I'm hoping to fuck that he hasn't smashed it to pieces or it's all ripped up and scratched, because they've actually gone up in value since I bought it, which is rare for, you know, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't like thousands of pounds. Now, you can get instruments shipped and FedEx will do it for you. Now, if I bought that horrible lump of wood over there that just, the gaps between the strings are different. The gaps between the B and the E is different from like the G and the E, and it's like, that has meant I've had to learn how to play, I've learned how to not play again. Now, if I go to this bloke's shop and he said he's got some area, and that area actually, they're not bad guitars, Japanese made, but they're not bad guitars. You know, I won't be spending thousands. But if I don't spend over 300, it's not going to be worth it, is it? Because I'm just going to get another substandard guitar. And then I thought, I'm sure I could get my Fender parlor guitar sent over for less than 300. So, but I've heard nightmares about getting instruments. You know, I've heard about bands who, you know, they get their instruments sent and they turn up in like 7 pieces. If anyone's got any experience of sending instruments, and we are talking about Cambodia here, so, you know, I don't know what to do, because it you know, it feels like a waste of money to spend $300-400 on a guitar when I've got a lovely guitar, and that money would get it sent over. But I'm just worried about it taking an absolute hammering in the post. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Oh no, it's lovely. I every day I'll sing 5 or 6 songs. I'll get my guitar out. Today I've done Down in Albion. I've done that Rod Stewart song. Well, he didn't write it, but he made it famous. What else have I already done today? I've done an old Spaceman 3 song, So Hot. And I'm still trying to get that Bonnie Prince Billy song, but it's so difficult because the chords and the lyrics, there's no time signature. It's just sort of, you know, which is quite a feat, really. You know, you have to have quite a sense for the song. I've been practicing it for 2 years. Unloved Otto, damn, I said unloved. Loved Otto said we should do a karaoke stream. How could we do it? Because I tried it when we had Redneck Sam on, when me and him sung Just Some Good Old Boys, never meaning no harm. I don't know how we'd get the music and the voice. The person singing would have to play the music as well, which could work if they've got an half-decent microphone, which experience tells me. We could do that, though. Do you not like Bonnie Prince Billy 42? Or are you don't tell me there's a Bonnie Prince Billy from a history that isn't quite your cup of tea. Bonnie Prince Billy is a great musician. He's a great songwriter as well. He's certainly not a political songwriter. Songwriter? He doesn't rate them. Look, Pax Max absolutely nailed it. Good call, Pax Max. The song I'm learning, and have been for fucking years, is it's actually, what's his name? Ring of Fire. I can't remember his name. Done that lovely album just before he died, and he done Hurt and all that. Mum see him live. I can picture him. The name escapes me. I'm sure someone will remember. But I See a Darkness is the song. But Bonnie Prince Billy's version is incredible. It is incredible. Yep, there you go, Johnny Cash. I'm going to play you a bit of the Bonnie Prince Billy version. He is, again, he's an eccentric. He pulls some peculiar faces during this song, but it's gorgeous. But you'll see what I mean about the musicians. Oh, actually, weirdly, I'm going to play you 2 versions, so double the chance of getting yeeted. But check out the way the vocals and the guitar part, they just sort of scan. It's a delight. So this is live at KEXP. You might have seen other bands on KEXP. Brick Dictator's dropped another £3 in and says, Chris, please accept my blessings to not shield the channel from any more. Happy to be here. Oh, I won't. I don't feel obliged to. I just like it. Every time I remember it, I just think it's wicked. And I really did enjoy doing some voiceovers for it, but I will not anymore because I imagine it's embarrassing you a little bit. I'm getting that feeling. Here we go. Hello, Kieran. Been a while, son. Niggling Bill ain't here, is he? That's a first in a long while. That is a first. Yeah, so check out a bit of Bonnie Prince Billy. He's an oddball, but what a beautiful song. Check it out. Well, I'll try about... Don't forget, people, if I do get yeeted, YouTube will punish me for 4 minutes and then I come back. But I'll try and play a sensible amount of it so that we can actually hear it. I'll do it with the audio selected because that would be handy for a musical thing. This is Bonnie Prince Billy, I See a Darkness, live on KEXP Radio.
Well, you were my friend, it's what you told me. But can you see what's inside of me? Many times we've been out drinking, and many times we've shared our thoughts. But did you ever notice the kind of thoughts I got?
Now, as much as I could have listened to the rest of that, I'll get in trouble. But did you see what I mean about the way the lyrics they're like a different meter? They're a different meter to the chords. I'm not a good enough guitar player to understand how to do that instinctively. I've really had to, work at it. I can do it, but there's a few really dodgy changes. Otto, just do it. Get by. I tell you what, Otto, the pleasure I get. I've been playing guitar since I was 16, and the pleasure I get just from banging out a couple of songs. And every time I do, my missus comes down and sits next to me, and when I finish, and she loves it. Now, check out the same song by the same artist, but because his recording company obviously want to make a bit of money occasionally, they have to do, predictably, oh, we've got the Russian sex box in. Hello. This is the same song, right? Same song, same artist. Check it out. It's quite a cool video, though. It's filmed in Glasgow for the Scots, but Marzipan ain't here, is he? Not that that should matter.
Well, you're my friend, and can you see? Many times we've been out drinking, many times we've shared our thoughts. But did you ever notice the kind of thoughts I got?
There you go, Bonnie Prince Billy. Incredible. Otto, do it, mate, but don't buy a crap guitar. It will really make a difference. And also talk to the people in the shop, because if you just go in there and get all shy and think, oh God, and they'll all have long hair and like white trainers and tight blue jeans and be into metal. But just say to them, I'm brand new. I want to play rhythm guitar. I want something that's easy on my fingers, nylon strings, thin neck, Parlour guitar's lovely because it's only 3/4 length long. And actually get hold of it. Tell him to show you a E minor. It's only 2 fingers, or a C major, and have a go and see if it feels comfortable. And if it doesn't, get another one. But I'd say you want to be spending at least 250. However, if you don't take to it, that's 250 down the pan. Maybe find, if you've got a mate who's a musician, they've usually got an old acoustic guitar sitting about. Maybe see if you can borrow one of them for a few weeks, and if you're into it, get hold of it and see how you get on with it. It certainly does, Mr. Mackenzie. Any music is any music. I've got a little shaker that I made with rice in a little vape battery holder that I give it the old, because Spaceman 3 do it, so sometimes I just get on with that. I get my missus to do it. The tin whistle is a trickier instrument than you think, because to get your half notes, you have to half cover the holes, which is not as easy as you'd think. I got a tin whistle when I was a crusty. I thought I'd make a few quid at the festivals on the sly, but half covering holes on a lump of metal that long is not as easy as it first appears. Right. Okay, what have we got for you next? What have I got for you next? That was I'll tell you what, anyone here, however old you are, if you've ever thought, oh, I'd love to learn to play the guitar, do it. It's such a pleasure. And also, if you put the time in, and by time, hour a day, 2 hours a day max, 2 weeks, you'll be able to play songs. Very basic songs, just C major, D major, G major. You'll be singing and playing, and that pleasure of singing and playing is priceless. It's just an absolute dream. It's an absolute dream. And don't think, oh, but I'm too old. I'll never get good. Don't worry about getting good. Worry about pleasure. Don't worry about anything. Just play the fucking guitar. If I had an injury on my hands, if Amber Heard threw a bottle of Maker's Mark at me and cut my finger off, I'd be absolutely devo, because if I'm working, which I usually always am, I'll just stop and I'll just reach over, grab my guitar. I've got loads of my own songs. I even played a wasp in a bowl of blood the other night. The whole song. I dug out the lyrics. They don't get much better. So yeah, I would certainly, I would really recommend it. It's something incredible in my life. It really is. And I wrote New Shoes on an acoustic guitar. Mumford arranged it, but that, without a guitar, without learning about music and learning about songs, you wouldn't have had New Shoes. You wouldn't have had Milk. You wouldn't have had Get It Out. You wouldn't have had all that. Anesthetic. I wonder if I could knock out Anesthetic. No. No, I can't. Right, where are we? All right, how about a bit of Mark Dice for proceedings? Now, this isn't the whole video because that's not fair. And I stop it at a really interesting point. This is, the cultural logic of leftism is shocking. And this it's what have we got? A minute and a half. But when he gets to this flag, we've got all the flags that have to represent. This is, how many times have I been on this channel and I've said, listen, culture is meant to be exclusive. It's one of its main functions. It says, we are us and you ain't. Even in the glorious House of Scrubs, that's why we have Sub Ronnie. That's why we have Butyl. That's why we have Sensuous. You know, that's why we have all of that stuff, because it excludes people who ain't. And that's what it's for, right? And if you think of national flags, that's what they're for. The Cambodian flag has got Angkor Wat on it. You know, it's red and blue lines with Angkor Wat. You know, national flags are exclusive. And because of that, they're usually quite simple. The Union flag is a union flag. That's why it's got the Scottish and the, you know, it's got the St. George's Cross, it's got the blue one, and it's got that other place. That's for you. But because the cultural logic of leftism is retarded, in the second sense, Susan, so leave it out. Look what happens when culture and the symbolic expressions of that culture are left untethered to reality. And you'll see at the end of this video, it's preposterous. Here we go.
Well, it turns out that the ratings aren't the only thing that are collapsing over at CNN.
To take very seriously that... Whoa, guys.
Our camera fell down.
Imagine actually working at CNN now. You know, their ratings are shocking. Like, you know, they're getting beaten by cooking channels on prime time. And I'm not talking about Gordon Ramsay or, like, you know, just people going, hello, today we're going to, like, Get Stuffed, the American equivalent of Get Stuffed. It's just going like that, CNN. And now their cameras are falling down. It's just, you know, all these people there. I guarantee everyone at CNN is sending out CVs every day. Please take me. I mean, what a hoo-ha. Look, this geezer's face is so gutted when the reality, look at that, hang on, look at his boat race there, look. That is him knowing that the 7 people watching CNN, because the rest of them are obviously hate watching, the reality of his situation has been made visible by just a camera falling over. But, right, let's take it. Hang on, I'll do Jer. Nice one, Jer. Appreciato. A bit of dosh for Cambodia's king. Steady. You'll get me in trouble. My guests have to watch Dangerfield today. Hello, guests of Jer. Hello, guests of Jer. What a lovely land you have to spend your day with. But there's still plenty of this to go. So get a cup of tea or something. Get comfortable, because Jer's going to be seeing it out. I can vouch for that. Nice one, Jer. Prasha Clarko. Right, we'll start this one again. But thank you, Jer. Nice one. And Jer's guests, you might learn something.
Take very seriously that... Whoa, guys.
Our camera fell down. Okay.
With most people having quit watching CNN, including liberals, I'm sure that more people saw that clip just now here on my YouTube channel than we're watching live on the air. But their camera tipping over still, I don't think, is as entertaining as people shouting CNN is fake news whenever they happen to come across one.
I mean, some of the attacks in the Europe that we've seen, there have been that. I was just going to say that if he did...
It's too bad that doesn't happen every time CNN...
Right, we've just got to have that again. Just people walking past shouting out CNN is fake news. And listen to Mark Dyer say, it's a shame people don't say that every time they see CNN. Very clever, you know, call to action from Mark Dice there. CNN is fake news. CNN is fake news.
There have been that. I was just going to say that if he did...
It's too bad that doesn't happen every time CNN sets up a camera out in public, because that sure would be fun. But speaking of propaganda, it's June, and that means you can't scroll through social media for 2 seconds without being bombarded by, well, as these memes illustrate, I'm sure you know. Yes, it's that time of year again when major Fortune 500 companies and other brands change their social media profile pics to incorporate rainbows into their logos and post about how great drag queens, 57 different supposed genders are as part of Pride Month. But now it's not just the usual suspects like BuzzFeed and the Huffington Post. Now it's brands like NASCAR, which not only is celebrating it, but they apologize for not doing more to help.
I mean, come on. NASCAR is so straight. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and to any gays that like NASCAR, you know, to both of you, I apologize. But there's no gays. Gays aren't into NASCAR. I'm just not buying that. I'm not buying it. It's like saying Devon Tracy is into the Eurovision Song Contest. Because the joke is he is. But, you know, not that there's anything right with that. His joke. Continue.
Help the alphabet community. What the heck kind of flag is this? Notice that they had to put black and brown stripes in the old-fashioned rainbow flag to emphasize the black and brown.
Right, now you'd imagine that that's the flag I'm talking about. I mean, let's be honest. Look what inclusion has done to a flag. Who is that supporting? What is that? You know, get everyone in. Everyone's involved. Lovely jubbly. And because when everyone's involved, no one's involved. When everyone's represented by a flag, no one's represented by a flag. And yet, that's not the one I'm talking about. Compared to the one you're about to see, this is positively exclusive. Just honestly, this flag you're about to see, it is a symbolic representation of the cultural logic of leftardism and its need to include. I'll let it tell its own story.
LGBTQAIP2K plus people. But if you think that's confusing, try to figure out what the Brooklyn Nets NBA team posted when I first
look. That is an actual flag. Look at it. Yep. That's not a joke, people. I will drag it back and let you listen to what Mark Dye says about it. That is an inclusive flag. Everyone's involved. Don't worry about that. Everyone's involved, and it's lost all function. Hey, what's that flag they're waving over there? Fuck knows. Not a fucking clue. Because from 5 meters, it's like a test card. It looks like the fucking. There you go, Andrew. Look, it looks like a test card. It's all it's missing is the bird, the clown, and the chalkboard. Exactly. It's just nonsense. There's an A and there's a brown ring. It's so peculiar. Yeah, I'll take it back so you can hear what ODYSEE says, but I do end his clip here, but check it out.
LGBTQAIP2K plus people. But if you think that's confusing, try to figure out what the Brooklyn Nets NBA team posted. When I first glanced across this, scrolling through Twitter, I actually thought that it was a parody, but this is actually a real tweet.
There you go. They actually tweeted that. They got everyone involved. Everyone's there. There you go. I mean, and what you if you think that's going to end there, you're if you think that's going to end there, then you don't understand what's going on here. That there's plenty more people that need to be getting on there, because what happens now is people will be like, yeah, well, you've got these people, you've got them. Where are we? We're not on that. Oh, okay, no problem. Quick, put a little square in this bottom corner for them people. Oh, I see. You forgot us, did you? What, you think we're less than you? Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. We'll put a little hexagon in the top left, and we'll make it purple with a white X in it. Is that okay? Yeah. Oh, I see. So everyone else is there. That image there, that's globalism. That is the problem with multiculturalism. It cannot work. It cannot function. It has no culture. You can't put the word multi in front of culture and expect it to work. Culture is exclusive. It's designed, it's repeated to exclude. Not to say it's better than who it excludes, but to say it's different. Ironically, because of diversity. You know, if we keep going, if the multicultural agenda continues, you've only got to give it 100 years, and there'll be no national cultures. There'll just be a one world culture, and then the word, you know, in that context, the phrase "diversity is a strength" will just be like a ghost, be like a whisper of history, because there won't be any left. What, you know, what's your you know, what's your national culture? Well, it's the same as yours. The Singaporean culture will be the same as the French culture. It's just ridiculous, and it's right there. That's it. I don't know. I'm pointing both ways. Maybe I was signaling. Signifuck Susan. Church people. You can always get out with that one. Right, what else have we got for you? A couple more. This is a good one. This is a bit Darwin Award, but you know, when it's a giggle, it's a wiggle. So, you know, on the old Friday Platinum stream, we've got time for it. Check it out. Excellent though. The universe is a cruel mistress. Check it.
Well, it's T-1 till liftoff, and booyah, straight into the atmosphere, higher than Jeff Bezos, right to the dome. His mind is blown. Let's take a look at the replay. Whatever the power behind this is, well, you know, you play stupid games to win stupid prizes. It appears this man won himself an involuntary dunce cap. Congratulations.
Right, we'll be moving on to the memes very shortly. I've done 2.25 hours. I've got to wrap this up at past. Oh, here's another very quick one for you. I've seen many a scaffolder I've seen many a tradesman find ways to do things quicker. We've all seen slide down ladders. You don't need to step on them. You can just zoom down the sides of them. All sorts of little tips and tricks. Well, don't blink because it's a bit quick, but this bloke didn't quite understand the physics of the situation. Have a look. We can have it again. In the bucket, pull the string, and that happens. Right, we've got some based Africans. Who'd have thought? Let's have a look at some based Africans. I mean, what happens if you ask some... Now, here's the weird thing. I've been here. I've done this. I've been in Cambodia. And I've been in a restaurant where I'm the only barang there. And I've said to them about being called racist. I've said to them about non-binary. And they're just cracking up at me. I've said to them about not calling Christmas because it offends, a people. So check out the old based Africans in this clip. It's quite a long clip, actually. It's 2 minutes. The attention span of a modern YouTuber. It's quite a long clip, 120 seconds. Check it.
What if a man decides that his gender identity is woman?
A woman has its own duty, and a man has its own duty, and a lady cannot do the duty of a man, and a man cannot do a duty of a woman.
Wow.
Can a man become a woman?
No.
No?
No.
What about a transgender? Transgender?
No.
No.
It will look like if you want to become a lady but you're a man, you have something wrong in your mind. Something wrong in your family, something wrong in you.
What about if someone was non-binary?
Come again?
Non-binary? You know, like non. Like someone is.
You're not a woman. You're not a man.
Yeah, someone is neither. There's something else. Is that?
He's saying we have never seen things like those. For a man, he has a penis. For a woman, he has a vagina. So we know this is a lady. He is a man.
What if it's a woman with a? What if it's a woman with a penis?
Both.
What?
Is that? People are laughing. Is that a dumb question?
There you go. Whatisawoman.com if you want more of that, and it's a right laugh as well. Definitely worth a watch because I've been there. I've had that conversation. It's fascinating because they're just not buying it. They're not buying that bullshit. They're not buying it because it doesn't make any sense to them. Now, it makes sense to us. It does make sense to us, not because it does, but because it has to. Because we've been curtailed by the law, by the media, by our employers, by all sorts of people. So, you know, this is freedom is slavery. Slavery is freedom. War is peace. We are there. You know, they're not. They're like, nah. No. Ridiculous. Right, let me just get a shot of that. Let me pop this up here. I've got that, Mr. MF. Thanks for that. Varta. Let me just turn this down. I've got a load of memes we'll plow through now. I've got some absolute crackers as well, I have to say. Well, I would do, wouldn't I? Mr. MF, this sounds mad, my friend. Absolutely mad. Nice one on the Lady Godiva. Mr. MF, listen to this, people. Mr. MF says, imagine this hypocrisy, Chris. The female VP of our department in a large utility told us about the scholarship program we have for kids. Kids are excluded if they're, quotes, not diverse. And again, there you go, Arius. That was, I did not put it better. That's what I should have said. Yeah, we buy it because we've been compelled to believe it, say it, and think it. Yeah, exactly. But look at this. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. What? They're excluded if they're not diverse. It's just absurd. And we know what WM stands for at the end there. Let's just, yeah, of course. I mean, we saw it. I think the biggest sort of symbolic. Thank you, what's the name, and thank you, Mr. MF. I think the classic was when Sadiq Khan banned that blonde Caucasian woman from the Beach Ready Body advert, and then they had a photography competition about diversity, and the winner that got plastered up all over the underground, which is where the Caucasian woman got banned from, had no white people in it. None. Not even the token white. And that won the diversity competition. I mean, they're not even trying anymore. It's just this. Shut up. Take it. Bend over, smile, and take it. Incredible. By the way, people, if you don't know, I made a video this morning where I watched old Elaine, who failed to get Johnny Depp in trouble. Elaine Brandenhofter, I think her name is, something like that. She was on CBS Morning, and I made that an old school video rather than a stream. So that's there. Let's have a look at some memes. I'm going to have to run through these quickly because my missus has been home a couple of hours now, although she is asleep. Paul, do you remember that old horror movie, The Poison Dwarf, or something like that it was called? What does anyone remember what that weird little dwarf horror was? I remember we got it out and thought, oh, this will be well frightening. And we ended up crying with laughter. Hello, 97 Alexander. Nice to see you. Diversity doesn't mean diversity, it means friend. I haven't got a clue what that means. Right, let's have a look at these. One day I'll work out how to put these into maybe I can do it. Hang on. Maybe there's a way of doing it. Does anyone know whether I can make these what do you call it, a slideshow? It would appear not. Okay, fuck it. I'll just do the usual bodge that I do. Here we go. Something went wrong. Oh, bollocks. Okay. I won't say too much about that. I will zoom in on the usual suspects, though. And there you go. Leprechaun. Good call, Willow. Nice to see you, mate. Didn't know you were in here. Yeah, it was Leprechaun. That was it. He had like a ring, didn't he? And it had like a little spike on it. Good memeing. Right, here we go. I don't know if Donald Sutherland is in that. I think that's the Body Snatchers. That's a very frightening Donald Sutherland film. Right, this is quite funny. So Barack Obama, his essential wisdom, 2 cents. Right now, the reason I showed you that, not a great meme, but kind of amusing, but it reminded me of a little story. There's a bloke in NA who wrote a book, right? Loads of NA people write books. They get clean. They think, I've had some mad stories. And they haven't. Most of them haven't. What? Zeitgeist has dropped a massive 30 grand a month. Today, I have given up procrastination with the obvious exception of Scrub-Dom. Hoit to that. Nice one, Zeitgeist. Yeah, I think... I know a lot of people poo-pooed me when I said it, Zeitgeist, but the old 5-second rule changed my life. And I honestly mean that. So, what? So if I'm sitting there, Zeitgeist, and I think, right, I'm going to write a short story for Substack. I then give them, it's usually a bit more than 5 seconds, but a count of 5. And I'm like, if I haven't started it in 5 seconds, forget about it. Because all I'll do then is think I should be doing that. And I'll be doing other things like making something to eat, watching a bit of YouTube or something. And then I'll be feeling guilty because I'm not doing it. So what I actually do is I go, right, I'm going to write a short story. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if I haven't got Word open and I'm not sitting at my computer by 1, I just say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm obviously not going to do that. And I do forget about it. And it works with everything. Right, I'm going to get that bit of work done now. 5, 4. I mean, just try it for a couple of days. It actually changed my life. However, Zeitgeist, you have made that donation twice. Email me and I'll be able to get you one of them back. I think it has to wait till the end of the month or something. But I can tell you how to do it. I think you might have to talk to YouTube. But you look, there's one there and there's one there. If you look in the chat, so $62 is quite substantial. And I'm guessing that was an accident because you said the same thing. So, yeah, let me know and I'll tell you how to do it. But nice one for one of them. That's excellent. Much appreciated. But try that. But the trick is, if you don't do it, don't then sort of feel bad. Just say, okay, I don't want to do it. I obviously don't actually want to do that. don't think, oh, I didn't get it done. Just go, no, just do something else. Because if you want to do it, you'll start it. And the other thing, and this is well known in psychology, once you start something, you usually carry on. Like, you know, sometimes I'm like, I've got to do some work on my novel. My missus has been away 5 days. I haven't made use of the first 2 days. And then I'll sit down and go 5, 4, right, words open. And then I'll do 6 hours. Because once you start something, you tend to continue. And that's been proven in countless studies. So there you go. But listen, so that book, right? This bloke in NA wrote a book, and it ain't great, all right? It's not, I think it's a bit rubbish. A lot of people in NA think it's a bit rubbish. It's a bit of a joke amongst a few of us because, you know, it's just not, look, if you're going to be a writer, especially a writer, and it's kind of with most creative arts, but writing especially, you need to be self-aware. I think it's a strength of a writer, especially if you're writing about yourself. You need to be self-aware, because if you're not, you'll be writing stuff, and the person reading it, if they're more aware of you than you are, they're going to be reading things that you don't even know you're writing, thinking, oh, that's so cringe, because he doesn't realize what's going on there. Does that make sense? Anyway, so he done it. But he didn't do it on KDP or anything. He done the old 6 boxes of books in his bedroom, trying to punt them out wherever he could to his mates. And every time you saw him, he'd be like, have you bought my book yet? He'd be like, yeah, not yet. Oh, I can actually show you a bit. Oh, this feels a bit tight. But no, he put his book out into the public. There's some readings of it on YouTube. Hang on, let me find a bit. Now, I will say, you know, it might be, oh, it's a bit cringe. It might be up your street. You might like it. But he's actually a nice bloke, I have to say. But wait, it's going to be a funnier story now if I can just show you a bit of him reading it, because you'll get why it's funny. And I will say, he still wrote a book and still published it, which I still have. Well, I have, but not this latest one. Right, okay. I just want to check the site, guys. Hello, Mrs. Packer. I use PowerPoint for a slideshow. You got a slideshow you can demonstrate to me? I've got some pictures you want to share with me? No, all good. I was trying to give you more, but the app on my phone won't let me. Oh, nice one, Zeitgeist. All right. Brilliant. Very, very kind. Amazing. Much Shaprashakuki. Thank you. Right. So as much as I'm taking the piss and all that, but I'll show you a bit of him reading from his own book, right? And he is a nice bloke. I just don't think it's that good. But I'll tell you the story afterwards, and it'll be more funny when you've heard him read a little bit. Apparently, he served up Britpop, right? That's his angle. Let me just make sure you've got audio. I mean, it might be your cup of tea, but probably won't be.
Hello, my name's Simon Mason, and I'm the author of a book entitled Too High, Too Far, Too Soon. It's my memoir, and essentially it deals with addiction. However, many books have been written about addiction. In this one, I've tried to talk a little bit about some of the things that happen to people who are addicted, the music we listen to, the clothes that we wear, the places we go, and the people we meet. The extract I'm about to read happened shortly after I'd been to see the Grateful Dead when they came to London in 1990, I believe it was. The upshot of which is that we had a deadhead move into our flat that I was sharing with my friend Mark at the time. And he decided that on leaving, he was going to pay the rent by giving us 200 hits of acid. 200 hits of acid that I then proceeded to trundle up and down the country with, distributing to some friends of mine. On the way back from Bristol, I got off the bus, the coach. I'd taken one for the road, as they say, and was just about to start walking towards the flat in Lambeth when I was rudely interrupted by 2 police officers.
He gets it all the time.
Anyone who's ever taken acid will tell you it's probably not the most exciting thing to happen. Anyway, this is what happened. Me and the captain of my spaceship arrive at Victoria Coach Station a couple of hours, days, or maybe even weeks later. I'm not entirely sure. Although it seems to take a long time to navigate, I finally managed to get off the coach and head out into the afternoon crowds with more than a spring in my step. My Walkman is now playing me Primal Screams loaded. Very, very loaded. I stop for a quick dance on the corner of Buckingham Palace Road, and while I wait for the lights to change from purple to whatever, someone taps me on the shoulder. I turn around to see two coppers standing in front of me. I am not prepared for this. Says one of them, pointing at my headphones. I point at myself and then decide to put my hands in the air, which might not have been the wisest move. Excuse me, sir, do you mind if we have a word with you? Could you take your Walkman off, please? He continues, gesturing with tennis racket-sized hands.
I feel dirty. Right, so that's him, right? He's a nice bloke, but anyway, right? So I was told a story just the other week by a mutual friend. He's not a friend of mine. I know him, but he's not a mate. I wouldn't call him a mate. He wouldn't call me a mate, but I know him. If I saw him, I'd say, hello, Simon. Anyway, he had this bloke staying around his house, and this bloke was like new to NA. He just got clean, and Simon put him up in one of his slum landlord places. And I can't remember the exact details, but after he said he could stay there for a while, apparently at the end of the month, he said, so have you got that couple of £100 for the rent? And the bloke was like, hey? And he wanted something like that. Anyway, the bloke said, oh, yeah, I'll sort it out for you. Before he left the house, without paying him a penny, obviously, they went up into the loft. They had a little mooch about. And they found about 50 boxes of that book, right? Just gathering dust in the loft. And they went and had a lot of stickers printed. They went and had a lot of stickers printed down on Berwick Street. There's a print shop there. Available from all good charity shops now. And they went up into the loft and they stuck one of these stickers on every single book cover. And they're not peel-offables. That'll take your cover off with it. Available from all good charity shops now. That is cuntish, man. As much as it's not my cup of tea, the work, he did publish a book. He did put the bloke up. But fuck me, man. I bet they were in tears, just bosh, next, bosh. Imagine him going up there and going, right, I'm going to have to sell a few more of these to make back my money. Available from all good charity shops, bless him. He is a nice bloke. He is a nice bloke. I have to say that because I've cunted him off so much. But he is a nice bloke. Right, where are we? Where I got very much distracted. But when I saw that Obama book for 2 cents, it much reminded me of that little turnout. Here we go. Some of these memes I can't say anything about because you're not allowed to. But in case you can't read that, hang on. Let me see if I can do that a bit better. Oh, how you meant to do it? Well, I think you can read it, can't you? Let me try this. Let me try and do it like this. Oh, well, let me do it. Well, there you go. You get the idea. Okay. Moving on. Excellent work. Excellent work. Great stuff. Great stuff. Where are we? I thought I had more. I've got through them a bit sharpish. I think I deleted a load by accident. There you go. I thought monkeypox was a hoax. Then I saw their face. Now I'm a believer. It's great work. Great work. I honestly thought I had a load more. I think I've just deleted. Oh, no, there they are. They're all hiding. Before anyone asks, I'm not taking a monkeypox, and there's an image there. I'm not taking a monkeypox one either. Yeah, absolutely. PBs. Not political, but excellent work. Can you read that? That really tickled me. Okay, moving on. This is fantastic. No. The answer is no. I mean, I suppose marrying your brother twice and them both being different is an achievement in some respects, but for the country, no. It's hyper-realism. You know, it's the illusion of politics. These people are the illusion of politics. They despise the nation they're meant to work for. I mentioned earlier that Americans think that the English have got terrible teeth, and that is the joke there. Although when I first saw it, this is a risk. I thought it was going to say they were receiving their emergency baby formula from China. But no, the joke's on the English. Moving on. Now, this one's a bit of a long shot because there's a lot there. But so look, if you have a look at the top, okay? So I'm not going to read any of that out, but just have a look at it. Right. I know, it's ridiculous. I suggest if you haven't seen Mr. Reagan's video about how AOC got her gig, it's incredible. It's an incredible video. Really, really mind-blowing. I really recommend you watch it. Just search on YouTube, Mr. Reagan, AOC, and there'll be because he's made loads of videos about her, but you'll find the one about, it's something like she's an actor. It's definitely worth a watch. Right, so you've seen that there, but here's something that's quite interesting. It surprised me. When we go down and look at the, how do I do this? Hang on. When we look at the numbers, look at 16 to 18 and 18 to 20. The smallest groups, look. Those Zoomers, I reckon Zoomers are based. I reckon Zoomers are absolutely based. Look, so basically the age group 16 to 20, compared with all the others, look, 3, 4, 4, 4, and they're all millions. But the base Zoomers is down to the 1.3 million. It's, yeah, I think that's quite encouraging, to be honest with thee. I'll have to try and show you this one in two parts for the lols. Okay. So we've got a little bit of border protection here. You know, like a nation should protect its border, razor wire and armed troops. Although there is an alternative way of doing it. I'm only laughing to stop myself from dying. Fucking hell. Do you remember donating to the lifeboats? That, you know, you always felt good. I always used to do it. I always used to feel proud of my old man because we didn't have money. And my old man had always put a few, you know, through, you know, when they were asking for money for the RNLI, I used to think, no, fair play. And I grew up to do the same thing. But for fuck's sake, I thought it was just, I thought it was there for people out there drowning, not as a fucking taxi service. I mean, look at the difference. Jesus. Okay, moving on. I bet, this doesn't make me this isn't a hot take or anything, but I bet donations to the RNLI have just plummeted. It'd be interesting if anyone can find any info on that. And they're a charity, so it should be available. I might look into that myself if I can get the time. I bet those donations have just bottomed out, you know, just next to nothing. Not a very exciting meme, this next one, but lovely aesthetic. And sometimes that's enough. Have a look. Oh, come on. Why ain't it working? Because my mouse is playing up. Yeah, still quite a good sentiment. Oh, come on. Sorry, I've got to fuck around with my mouse. Oh, that didn't sound too healthy, did it? Oh, it sort of worked, though. Amazing. Lovely aesthetic to this meme, though. Looks good, huh? I mean, I don't want to get in trouble for it. It's a little bit... have you noticed that? Have you look at that? Look how it changes. That's incredible, isn't it? A little bit threatening, though, isn't it? I might have to take that down immediately. Okay, few more. This one's well naughty. Obviously, I can't say anything about it, but I'm sure you know what it's about. If you have seen any news in the last couple of weeks, you'd have to read it for yourselves. Okay. the naughty ones don't get too much airtime. This one's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And like, this is the opposite. This is a terrible aesthetic, but the content's excellent. And that's what makes memes fantastic. There's so many different angles. You might not be able to see, but you see the 40 billion is yellow. That's here. Okay. So there, you might have a better view of that one there. There you go. Moving on. Tito, what was the one you're saying excellent? That lovely green one with the skull. And I think we are on to our last one here, and it's a classic point, but made well again. I don't think this is surprising any of us. Hang on, I'll zoom in. There you go. The ones selling the panic are the same ones selling something else. Yeah, I thought you'd like that, Tito. It's lovely, wasn't it? Really looked good. There you go. No surprises there, but needs saying. You don't need to stop saying these things. There's still plenty of people who are on their journey, so to speak. Right, excuse me. We'll move that over there. We'll put that there. We'll do that. We'll do that. I want to thank everyone who donated. Without the donations, you don't get the streams. And I'll be brutally honest with you, as I always am around the money, because I don't give a shit what other idiots got to say. Notice I've been making a lot of streams, long streams. This has been nearly 3 hours, and videos. It's because people have been generous. And so I can afford to do that because I don't have to spend so much time working, because there's money coming in another route. So brilliant. Thank you all. I want to thank everyone who donated. I want to thank Rags and Steve Craig for looking after the place. I want to thank Rags and Kevin Keener for supplying clips and memes. Most of them were from them too. And I want to thank all of you lot for us hanging around. We've had over 100 people here for nearly 3 hours. And I do try and read as many comments as I can and pop them on the screen when appropriate. I think we'll play Milk. It's a weird song. You can still chuck some filthy lucre at the screen. I won't be streaming later tonight because it's Friday. I'm going to take the missus out if she can walk, but I will be streaming tomorrow. It would be good if we had some audio. Vart! I've just had a late Vart. Packer dropped £3 into Entropy. Cheers, Chris. See you all later, scrubs. Nice one, Picard. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. All of you enjoy your weekends. Look after yourselves and look after those that you love. This is a really weird song called Milk. Ta-ta! I don't know, Nigel. I think you can, Good call, Chair.
Strand lies, bang bangs about us. Be up, be on good, good deserves now life. The last, the final sweet gland, final surround us. Still knee deep and wet, knee deep and wet. Carbon encrusted, mercenary trusted, a fastening vise from Tangier to Metis. A lot longing, forgotten, infested, a bleak solid air between us tested. The alleyway laughs at time and half, time and half. Splash, you can't come down now, you wouldn't want to. Spies, secret, immediate, amoeba, hilarious sheen means the sun stops whining, whining. Thatched roofs, the holes of many spiders, smiles so wide we look inside her. The need for me, the need for me.
Nice one, Zyko. Hello, Niggling Bill.
The arch bends bows, pull strings, pulling things to mark time, arbitrary, sublime, weak of random swine. Best leave now, dear bees above the historical rub. This newfound embalming, new farming goal. This winter shade of hazy off brown knackers me. A girl I once knew nothing. A rupture suggests we better be as not to less than outburst in slow devotion. Slow devotion. As old rock dissolves, a shining example of love, and the need for milk, the need for milk, the need for milk, of chemical shoals that all sure withdrawals, sensitive, get it, flipping, sleep you kid, it will kill, nothing but the need for milk, the need for milk. You came in my dream, kissed me, loved me. Tears of a baby roll down your cheek. Your eyes are wide, so look around. You've love to give, so get it out, get it out anytime. Love sits beside me, I feel complete. You came in my dream, kissed me, loved me. Your eyes are wide, so look around. You'd love to give, so get it out. Get it out anytime.
Boom. Look after yourselves, people. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.